get flipped, get tossed in the standoff. 4 deep, that's a faction, that's family. Bay talk, island talk, all in the strategy. Tap out, tap in, crowd on tilt. Still step shake when they clash, no guilt. From the east side, south side, whole coast feel it. Every chant, every scream, yeah, they really live it. Who you got? Pick a side, can't stop. When that theme hit loud, we all go dumb, go crazy on call. From the pre-show buzz to the last roll call. 4 names on the wall, yeah, we stand that tall. It's the Fab Four. It's the Fab Four.
Better ring that bell. They go dumb when they raise that hill. From the floor to the nosebleeds, all y'all yell. Fab Four, you can tell. It's the Fab Four. We run that show. Main car smoke when the lights go low. If you know, then you know, let the whole thing blow. Fab Four, let them know. Fab Four, let them know.
Welcome to Sports for You Wrestling. It's our ring, our section. From the bay, we flexing. Fab Four, keep the crowd out, all guessing. Welcome to Sports for You.
Ooh, it's a whip. Hey, John, do me a favor.
No.
Scooch. No, the other way. Scooch the other way. That's what we need to see all night. This is what we're doing. I see what's. I shout out to the main event for understanding the assignment, and I'm glad to see you doing well, recovering from your flu.
Yeah. I'm feeling better, man. Feeling much better.
That 24-hour flu, is a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, that hits you. It hits you. It really does. You owe me.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Dang, blue. I guess this is the one time blue did not work in my favor.
You know what? We ain't gonna dive into that right now. That's too much politics right there. But
is that really what I'm gonna be staring at all night? Like this is what we doing today? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But welcome to S4UWrestling Podcast Housing. I am the OT Housing Trailism. That is the main event, John Housing. That is the shit talking non-housing La Madrina Nessa. Which, by the way, shout out on the Mark Henry interview.
That was dope.
You know what I'm saying? But this isn't the only housing we have on deck tonight, because making a rare appearance fresh off the island. I mean, this person is also very, very nice, but at times can be very evil. Just ask the honorary Oops. One of the greatest authors we've known in the family, the one and only Miss Monty Housing.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Yes. This is one of those times where I had to say to myself, procrastination is key. I am in very, very deep in a chapter, and I need a break.
Hey, I feel that.
I hear you.
Asked the right person. You asked the right person to make you procrastinate.
We are happy to be your distraction.
Yeah, because I don't want to do this chapter right now because I've already been through the weeds with these characters. I need to get out the universe right now. Hey, Dalton! I just need to get out of here. So as soon as he said we're gonna talk bloodline and we're gonna talk about what happened with Kyrie, I was like, okay.
Kyrie!
Hey, listen. Daddy. I was fortunate enough to have an all backstage pass on Friday night to watch the exclusive Friday Night SmackDown with a couple of good ladies from the island. And while we was watching said show, the internet was blowing up because people were getting their walking papers left and right. And we're just going through the list of people. Some we haven't yet to confirm, but it's what we call, Black Friday, but we get into that in a bit because we got some news and rumors, of course. News, rumors, and unfortunately, maybe some injuries here and there. Stephanie Vaquer, number one. She legit does have a shoulder injury. They don't know when she got that injury, but that explains the beatdown she got on Monday. So she's going to be out. Word on the street is she's going to be out for some time. Hopefully, not a long time, but some time it is. So wish her the speedy recovery. But I also want to start off with a little condolence. I don't know if y'all remember, John Nessa, that was a flyer going around online in Vegas
Man,
about
this
that
this
the tourists from UK.
this broke my heart, dude.
Those are one of those
Man.
things where even though you don't know the person personally, it still hurts because it's kind of like, damn.
Yeah. So what they're talking about is the guy Natty helped out with the search, passing out flyers online or whatever. That a guy who was a tourist from the UK was visiting WWE World, WWE for WrestleMania week and whatnot. He got lost. Like he didn't return to the group he was with, and they was looking for him since I think this was it that Saturday or that Sunday.
He was last seen at Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah,
he was last seen at SmackDown. He went to go see Natty at one of their book signings, and unfortunately, we found out today that he was found deceased. So they didn't say where, but he was found deceased in Vegas. So,
oh God, that's terrible.
So condolences to the friends and family of that guy. You hate to see it that you're going on a trip.
Mark Ezak. We're gonna say his name, Mark Ezak, from London.
So it's like you go on a trip, it's supposed to be a fun trip, and then stuff like that happens. So it's very unfortunate. He was found, but not the way we wanted him to be found. But
oh gosh, this is scary though.
And the fact that he got lost, he's not from the area, so he probably ended up in a place where he should not have been because Vegas, unfortunately, is
it's not all bright lights in the city,
and it's not
as much as they want to say it's for
not
tourists,
a lot of nice people.
Really not for tourists. Let's just put it like that. And it's sad to hear. It really is.
So I just want to start off with that real quick because I was a little bit keeping tabs on that. Hopefully they have found them. So again, prayers and whatnot to friends and family of the tourists. But speaking of SmackDown is rumored to be not rumored, but it's expected to be going back to 2 hours in the next pretty soon. They don't say when, but when I saw the news, I automatically thought of Leslie.
Let the congregation say amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because I know she be that second hour. She's like, oh, would you just hurry the fuck up?
No, I'm with her because I'm sorry, but it would make more sense for Raw to be about a 3-hour show than it is SmackDown.
I mean,
but
go ahead, Troy. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, some people are thinking, this is gonna help the product, and it's not because
ever in life
having it 3 hours wasn't the problem. It was the booking. It was not having the show running on smooth cylinders. So it's good that it's going to 2 hours, but if it's not gonna do anything if the storylines and stuff don't make sense. And plus, USA has a show that's gonna be in that 3rd-hour slot. Shout out to Braun Strowman. Yeah. His show got renewed for another season, so that's probably gonna be taking that spot following SmackDown. So what you think about the move back to 2 hours, Money? You about to say something?
No, honestly, I'm gonna say this right now. by the time you get to that middle of that second hour, you're ready for the show to be over and done with. It's not like Raw. Raw, you would expect it to be 3 hours because Raw has the bigger roster, but also Raw has Roman in there. You see Roman at the top of the show, you see Roman at the end of the show. Whereas SmackDown, it's the booking, but also it's the simple fact that it's so long, and we've seen the same matches over and over again. But it's also just it's so boring. You get to that second hour and you're just like looking at time, talking about something else. And the thing is, there is talent.
JoJo!
There is talent on SmackDown that is useful and that could be used right now, but what are they doing with them?
Not a damn thing.
Getting them.
They ain't catering.
Oh, I said that out loud. Yeah,
Yo.
Hey, John, what do you think about the 2 hours? Do you care about it? Are you excited about it?
I think it was a matter of having, because I think this was always in the works that come summertime they want to dial down before the fall lineup gets back. So let's see where it goes from here. I mean, I'm not adjusting to SmackDown being 2 hours every Friday, period. But I know that's all in the hands of USA because of whatever they got broadcasting on their show. So but good stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
Nelson?
Want me to be honest? Like completely and utterly honest?
No, I want you to lie.
No, I think this is the best move because, like how Monty was saying, when you're watching it, it drags. It really does. And for someone that, I don't watch faithfully every Friday, but when I do watch, it's kind of like, okay, what's next? Like,
it makes some of the stuff is skippable. Some of the stuff you're
like I could really catch the clips on Twitter or on Instagram. That's how I be watching sometimes because I'm like, this is dragging, and it being a 3-hour show, it's kind of like,
it's
not it for me.
It's just one of those things where you just like, I really don't care about that. Is Faithy here?
She is. Prayers to you.
Hey. But I really don't care. It's just like you really don't care so much about what is going on right here. You're more concerned about, okay, let's get to the actual good storyline.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
And it's like, what is the good storyline? On SmackDown, what the best man is on Raw now.
I don't know what the good storyline is.
Tell me, please.
Solo getting kicked out of the MFT sounds like it's going to be a very good storyline. Prayers up to Baby Oos, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Prayers.
If they don't mess it up. And listen, I love me some Raheem. I don't like to talk down on a fellow black person, but it's like the bruh has sometimes the personality of a love sponge without the love. So it's like I'm gonna need that Homelander Cody real soon to make this show a little bit more interesting. And the fact that they're already pretty much planting the seeds for a CM Punk making this move to SmackDown, it might help out SmackDown a little bit more if CM Punk is on that show.
Yeah, I mean, say this right now. The simple fact, when he dropped the title, I kept saying, take him to SmackDown. Let him run SmackDown. Let him do something to SmackDown. Exactly.
Raheem.
Look, his name is Cody Raheem Rhodes, and we just gonna leave it like that.
Listen, let them come out with a shirt that says Raheem. Anyway, go ahead.
I hope they don't.
Ooh. Look, I think the move that they're doing right now with SmackDown is, I feel like it's gonna work with the new faces. They have Rhea Ripley over there now. They can move Punk over there. Like
I mean,
exactly.
Why you think I told John to scooch a little bit to the left?
Wait, I had to stare at this for the whole show.
The housing it's housing time.
Yeah, and love it.
Never in life.
It's a housing night. We got money housing. It's a housing
But
family affair.
it's one of these things where like you look at the roster, you look at SmackDown. Of course, we're getting exactly. It's one of the things that I enjoy about SmackDown is bullying him, but you get a little bit of just. I mean, Ricky Saints is going to be on.
This Friday.
That's what I'm saying. All the new faces, I feel like the NXT talent that's all shifting to SmackDown is gonna do good for the show.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And I know we're probably gonna talk about it in a bit, but I am not a fan of JC Jane.
Neither am I.
But I kind of like what they did on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I kind of like what they did on Friday.
Not the friend of my friend. The friend of my enemy is also my friend.
Hey.
And let's be honest, Rhea's not that big of an enemy to you, Ness. I think this is just.
No, I mean, again, I don't got a problem with Rhea Ripley. I had a problem, but it was more of a story, a character. So,
But speaking of NXT, last PLE they had was Stand Delivered, which was seen on YouTube. Well, NXT has found a new home for their PLEs, and it's going to be the CW. The CW,
Whoa.
the CW network, the WWE is part of TKO, obviously, and they're going to be starting exclusively airing, their PLEs, starting with the Great American Bash, and it's going to be broadcasting 20 PLEs in entirely live on both coasts over the next several years. So it's a multi-year deal. And also, what's good about this, it's also going to be on ESPN app. So the CW Network and ESPN are teaming up for a partnership for exclusive streaming for all CW sporting live events, which includes NXT. So people who were getting the Peacock and having ESPN, now you can just dump the Peacock app and just go to the ESPN. Or if you got that kind of dough, the VPN Netflix.
Just to let y'all know, 1 year subscription, 15 months. Don't do anything else. Thank me later.
I'm not gonna lie. I pay that $42 for the bundle, and I mean, for me, it's worth it because I use
Hulu. Kids over there though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, it's worth it because even if I didn't have kids though, I'd be using that Disney Plus by myself. So
True. This is true. This is true. She ain't lied yet, and that's a blessing. But now it's like you get the main roster PLEs and the NXT PLEs on ESPN app. So it's becoming a little bit more either more affordable or more worth, your money. Depends on how you look at it.
Personally, for me, I'm a person who give me a 1 year subscription. Let me pay that out right away. And that way I don't have to
deal with it.
Make that monthly. Exactly. I do a 1 year subscription for everything.
No, we haven't yet.
Talk about AI.
Oh boy. If y'all seen if y'all seen NXT, listen.
I would like to know what they thought.
I would just let y'all know. I missed NXT. I fell into unconsciousness. I had been up since 5 o'clock that morning. I did not go to sleep. I was up 5 o'clock that morning yesterday. So I passed out. So I did catch a little bit of clips of NXT. I want to know, when did they hire Lady Gaga?
Don't do Rain like that. No,
she looks like I love me some Lady Gaga. Okay.
Someone called her a female version of Ozzy Osbourne, and I was here for it.
But she looks like Stephanie Joanne Germanotta. That's telling you how much I love Lady Gaga.
Her uncle is a legendary band member, so I forgot what band it is.
Is a legend. Iron Maiden. Come on.
Oh, her
There you
uncle
go.
was an Iron
There you
Maiden?
go.
Yes, her uncle's an Iron.
Mhm.
Word?
If I'm not mistaken, John, was he like the drummer or
Yes,
something, or the guitarist?
I give you the full detail. Yeah, bitch. Her uncle was in the group Iron Maiden, and that's why they call her the Maiden of the Mac or something. I saw a sign
Yeah,
last
it's a
night.
tribute.
Bonnie, I
It's a
don't know if
tribute
you've
to her
seen the clips of her
Finisher?
match, but her finisher is fire.
I saw it and I was like,
Fire.
holy cow. I was like,
Yes.
yeah, I saw it and I told Leslie, I said, I'm already singing Judas right now. But, you know, she looks like Lady Gaga. And I'm like, I love this. She's gorgeous. Like, I want to
She's
see more of
different.
her.
She's the
Yeah,
niece
she's a
of
different look.
she is the niece of the original drummer of Iron Maiden, Clive Bohr.
There you go.
Mhm.
There
you go.
Yeah, her finisher was fire.
And Iron Maiden is actually up for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
And it's crazy that every time they have an NXT debut or someone they really, really need to get over, they send in the Kid Alliance. But anyway,
we'll discuss that. I'll discuss that because I got a lot of thoughts on.
Is it just me or did the Kid Alliance lose a lot of her ass?
Well,
she did. She that happens when you tone up more and you start losing all the body fat and all that stuff. Sometimes that kind of goes.
Yes and no.
I have opinions on this. I have opinions on Nikita Lyons, but we'll get to it when we get to talking about the roster cuts. Because I feel something.
Oh yeah. Somebody Kinsey had some strong thoughts about Nikita Lyons. But anyway,
talk about that.
First, hey John, remember that theory I was telling you about Brock?
Yes, go ahead. We're not doing it. See, y'all gonna make me really. I'm gonna go off on y'all the same way I went off on Kinsey because I think I'm gonna say my thoughts, but people ain't gonna like what I gotta say. I'm gonna tell you that right now. People ain't gonna like what I gotta say. I really don't care.
John Housen is gonna curse somebody today, isn't he?
I'm just saying, be nice because that's Moneyhausen. We love Moneyhausen.
I love Moneyhausen. I'm saying right now, people ain't not gonna like when we have this discussion.
So here's the theory I was telling you about, John. So WrestleMania Night 2, it kicked off with Obafemi, and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar lost, put his boots on the mat, put his gloves on the mat, and pretty much announcing in a way that he's retired. So there's a story that I don't know if this is made up just to buy them some time, or there's some truth to it, but supposedly that this whole retirement that he did, it might be an angle.
And this is coming also because Paul Heyman, TMZ chased down Paul Heyman in Vegas, and he's saying he's swearing up and down Brock Lesnar isn't retired. But I'm like,
but here's the kicker though. Remember when Paul Heyman said to change Brock Lesnar's image to from here now, there now, forever together to forever. They did it for that Friday. That Monday, they switched it back to where it originally was. His face is not part of the forever section of.
I didn't notice that. He's back in the now part.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if they're just planning something in there to try to buy them some time, but they're still trying to get Brock to come back for that SummerSlam. That he kind of owes them.
They want that Gunther.
Okay, so is this going back to how we figured it would be, where Brock wasn't gonna lose at Mania, and we're gonna head more? Then we're gonna continue on to SummerSlam.
Right. And if let's just say, because remember I was saying, John, remember how we thought Seth Rollins hurt his knee and what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
he came back later on. I personally think the man's retired.
I do too.
But let's say devil's advocate in Delulu land, he does come back. He would have to win at SummerSlam. Ain't no way this man is gonna come back to lose again.
No. Which is why, again, I think the way that he went out is perfect for him because, first off, he wasn't going to lose at Mania to continue a story. He would have either won or everyone would have fucking shit bricks because he beat Obafemi. So I think him winning and Obafemi winning and then Brock retiring was perfect for him.
Nani?
Here's my honest opinion on this, okay? There's only one way, and we all saw it coming. There's only one way that this was going to go. Paul Heyman owes Gunther a favor.
No.
Brock Lesnar, you got Minnesota right there for SummerSlam. That is where it was going to go. Now, knowing Brock Lesnar, he probably looked at Gunther and was like, I'm not doing it.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
I'm not doing it. But you can see where the direction was going. I think I had said it during our live during Rumble, and I was just joking around when I said it. I said, okay, Gunther, you did what you got to do. Okay, now I want you to go find that dude from Saskatchewan, smell like raccoon meat, go get him. Because I wanted them to hold off on Over. Because I was afraid that they were going to do what they always do when it comes to Brock Lesnar. Put Over in the ring with Brock Lesnar, have Brock Lesnar squash another black man. I did not want to see it. So the call that was made at WrestleMania, I feel like that was Brock going, nah, double middle finger, F that, I'm leaving.
Well, I mean, Brock did handpick Obafemi to be a successor, so I think he was pretty much hell-bent on putting him over regardless. And also, Gunther is rumored to be one of Roman Reigns' opponents for the World Heavyweight Championships. I don't know what time of the year that's going to happen when it does happen. So if I'm thinking the favor that Paul Heyman is going to owe him is a title match with Roman.
And if that's the case, Romante, I'm gonna need you to put this man in the body bag, please.
Okay, so here's my question to that. How is he going to do this favor for Gunther to get him Roman if he is in no kind of favor-ish way with Roman?
You don't need to be in favor of Roman. It's Paul Heyman.
So just Paul Heyman, he could just show
Paul
up.
Heyman.
Just to say this right now, we all know Paul Heyman about to get back is going to get somewhat put back in the mix of this damn story. We all know it. It has to happen.
And no disrespect to the community, but Jewish people have all the power. They have a lot of power. So Paul Heyman definitely got struck. He can get you any match you want, anytime, any place. Like, you just force it out of him, he'll do what he can. Nessa, Monica, Monroe.
The choice of words you're using at the moment, my mind is not.
You cannot talk to me about choice of words, madam.
My mind is not.
I mean, if we were to really think about it, all Gunther, just as we know, if we were to really sit down and plot it and think about it, all Gunther has to do is just jack all up.
Yep. Let me get another poor choice of words, Nessa.
I mean, just throw a bone to Braun Breaker and just jack Paul Heyman up. That's all you gotta do.
And supposedly, Nessa Theo is also rumored to be one of Roman's opponents once he gets.
Look at the tribal thief.
Too, so I'm looking forward to
he coming for them new shoes. I'm saying.
Gonna say this right now, guys.
No, not them bloodlines. You better stay away from them bloodlines.
Bronson, honey,
not till I get
give up the ghost. The man don't want to talk to you no more. Give up the ghost.
He posted a gif of himself on Twitter with them shoes talking about
obsessed.
Okay?
Obsessed with
the tribal thief. It has his eyes on a little something.
It's like Lauren texted us today, and she was like, she said this text goes, Bronson Reed is obsessed with Roman Reigns. And I said, I don't know who's worse.
He wants to be accepted by the family. Ain't that so wrong? He's the black sheep.
He ain't even related to them.
Don't matter. His own family didn't want him, but Roman's family is so cool. Who wouldn't want to be in the bloodline if you Samoan? I mean, let's be real.
He is. I need Roman, I need you to get a temporary restraining order against the following people, okay? Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Bronson Reed. That is all. They can't leave you alone.
I can't
Wow.
know.
Not Romante getting new
No
boyfriends.
boyfriend of
He
me,
gets new boyfriends. Everybody is obsessed. I need him to get a restraining order.
Almost.
Listen, when the Roman Reigns pull up, you know, some people just start acting funny. John, your thoughts on the Brock Lesnar theory?
I can see it, but I think he's done. I mean, it really would. I would hate it because when it really just mess up. It really is not fair to Oba for that for you to fake
Exactly.
pull a Brett Favre, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, whatever you want to call it, pull one of these faux pas retirements just so you can be in front of Minnesota. That was the case. All you had to do was just exit the ring, have Paul Heyman cut a promo and say, "We Oba family, this isn't over," and you could have like a Clash of the Titans type series all the way to SummerSlam. But I hope he's not. I think he's not coming back.
I don't see Oba losing till he gets Roman. And I think Roman's gonna be the one to put that L on him.
Do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking when we were talking about this and when he named all the people that retired. Mm-hmm. I was thinking Mark Henry. We should have Brock Lesnar come out on Monday in an Easter Sunday church suit, and we would have known what time it was.
Oh.
Brock Lesnar in a suit would be hilarious work.
But in an Easter Sunday suit, we wouldn't know what time it was.
True. Look at little Nessa having a squirrel moment. God love it. But we all agree that Brock Lesnar's pretty much done. But you know who isn't done and won't be done for a while, and that is Triple H. Because despite Monty's countless bold predictions, this man would not be fired on a Monday. As a matter of fact, he got re-upped on a Monday, and he signed a new multi-year deal, solidifying him as the chief content officer. And as officially reported by Nick Khan and TKO themselves, he is still head of creative. So I know for sure. I have to backtrack a little bit because I remember saying that blame TKO for everything that's been going on. This has been all under Triple H's watch. Everything that's been happening so far. So, do TKO have an influence on it? Yes. But
so back to blaming Triple H.
And that's never going anywhere.
At this point, I'm not going to argue people because now the fact.
I just need to know where my pitchfork is going, okay? That's all I need to know.
Again, my pitchfork is always going to go to Triple H because I'm a certified hater, and it is what it is. But as for that, I've deaded the joke Monday.
Hell no.
I deaded the joke on Monday, and honestly,
oh, it's not on here. Damn it.
What?
I need a Carmelo Hayes pop-up.
Oh.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Believe what
the man ain't going anywhere anytime soon. He recently got he re-upped, so he's not going anywhere anytime now. John, your thoughts on pretty much we still get to see the King of Kings keep his job despite a lot of people who, not counting Monty, because Monty is. I understand the background story of her, but the actual people in the IWC who want this man gone for Vince, your thoughts that this man is here to stay?
Y'all wanted Vince gone, y'all got Triple H, and you're still not happy. Now, Triple H goes, be careful what you ask for. That's all I'm going to say. Be careful what you ask for. Because we're seeing what's going on right now with TKO and Mark Shapiro, and I'm gonna be real. I thought that line Cody cut on Friday was not just him kayfabing. That was him telling the suits, let people do their job. Y'all cut checks.
Yeah, and let people do their job. also means let these wrestlers cut their own promos because that AI promo with Zarya and Sol Ruka. First of all, that didn't even clearly look like Sol Ruka to begin with, and two, you had Zarya looking like she was Moses parting the sea, walking right in the middle of the sea, and the sea is crashing down. I mean, it's a good visual, but it was AI. I'd rather had Zarya come out on a live television with a live microphone and get that shit off her chest. That she got rid of the so-called dead weight that was holding her down. Um, Unfortunately, this is 2026, and this is the age of AI. So now it has now hit WWE. So they're letting WWE, and TKO has admitted that they're using AI for their stores. So anyone have any thoughts they want to share about this AI led promos?
I have a creative one.
Uh huh.
What, as a writer, as an author, what I put down on paper is mine. That's my words. I said it. I know the story. I know the ins and outs. What they put on what a robot does is not what I do. So when they go out there and they cut those promos, case in point, that promo Roman cut on Monday, it was straight from the heart. When they sit there, when Roman cut that promo in the car, straight from the heart. When Cody cut the promo on Friday, straight from the heart. When you sit there and you have them memorize a script or you use a friggin' robot to do the job that you hire a writing staff for, then you need to reevaluate your decisions. I recommend you also hire new writers. If we're going to blame somebody for all of this, if we're going to blame creative, we need to look at that writing staff because a lot of those people have been there since the 70s.
And I agree. I actually agree with that because as someone, I've never used ChatGPT. I've never used AI to do things. A lot of people are using that now to write stuff, to get, stuff done. Even in school, it's being allowed to use or semi-used. The whole point of writing, it's supposed to come from you yourself and then be portrayed off of paper. So if there is a computer writing scripts, there's no emotion to it. They don't have an emotion coming out from it for it to be a sense of feeling. And then how do you expect our wrestlers, your actors, to show any kind of emotion when you can't read the emotion?
The problem with AI is this. AI is it's taking over everybody's jobs. Customer service jobs are starting to go away because of AI. It's a robot.
They're getting lazy with this.
When I talk to a person, I'm talking to them one-on-one like I'm talking to you all right now. While we may be in different cities and different states, we're all having a conversation. When I write something, it's coming, I'm pouring my heart and my soul into it. When you use a robot to do this, it comes off as cheating.
It is, and laziness.
It makes you feel cheap. It's not something that anybody really wants to have interest in. It's just like when they came up with that one name for Shayna Baszler and everybody, and they called them Pure Fusion Collective. I took a look at it and I'm like, what in the chat GPT is this?
That was the name of a water. Literally.
I kept saying to myself, this is an energy drink. Like, what are we doing?
That's a fancy water bottle.
Y'all fed this into freaking Chat GPT or whatever the AI stuff is out there. What did y'all do? Like, what is this going on here? I don't understand it. And then I heard that they were using AI to fight wrestling, and I was like, what are y'all doing?
And it's crazy because the build up to that last women's standing match, all their promos were cut from the heart. Like you can feel Zarya's point of view. You can feel Soruka's point of view, and to have them to do that as Zarya's final eulogy, if you will, to Soruka, it made no sense. Because listen, I've used AI. The only time I use AI
I liked the visual. I liked the visuals. I'll give AI that. They do good visuals. But when it comes to actual like speaking, talking, things like that, I think that needs to come from an actual human being.
Mm-hmm.
Because even with that, the whole all of AI is just video editing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they did a video edit promo for her, which they could have made Soruka look more like Soruka, but that is what it is. That was
like a fucking
their
avatar.
part, but I think the visuals itself was good. It's just the lack of, again, for me, lack of emotion is always going to be, why are you having them? And like what Monty said, if AI is going to be doing the writing, why do you have writers? You don't, and in reality, you don't need a whole room of writers if you're going to use AI. Only one person needs to use AI.
I don't think it's going to be something that you see a lot often. I don't think they're going to be. I have a hard time believing that they're just going to cut up. They're going to let writers for AI.
This is a new. Unfortunately, this is like a new WWE. AI is taking over. They do it with celebrities all the time, trying to get people caught up. So now they're gonna use this storyline to try to get people more butts in the seats. But so far it's been so much backlash, and rightfully so. It's like you had Zarya when you first put her on the scene. It was this big monster, this brick house that invaded NXT, putting the roster on notice. Your roster was already stacked, so you pushed her down to the side a little bit, had her do this tag team, get a little softer side of her. You can't expect us to take her serious again if you're using avatar images, because it looked like WWE's version of Fire and Ice. It didn't look real, and it's like you have fake tears on an AI image face. It's like, to me personally, to quote one of the podcasters out there, JD from New York, it was just pretty lazy. You taking the chance for these wrestlers to connect with the audience, and especially in NXT, you need that connection to get yourself prepared for the main roster.
I think that was I think it was all calculated. They knew what was coming for. They knew what was coming, because that's the reason why they got ahead of it and said that they put AI out there. I think that was all calculated.
Oh yeah, everything they do is calculated. It just sometimes just don't make any sense. Period. It's like you could have got all them writers, like Monty said. You could at least had a good writer fed the chat BT, some good stuff.
Yeah, but that's why they did. But that's why they put it out there, because they know the backlash they was about to get. So they try to disclaim it.
I could understand using it for visuals, because I use AI for my visuals. Like when I want to be able to go, okay, I see what this looks like in my head. What does this look like to everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
But to use it for writing, again, it's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Get new writers, get a new writing staff, get young up and coming people with some new ideas, and just do that. It's not hard. It's a $1 billion company. You're about to make even more money. Just get new writers, hire a diverse staff of people, and just do that.
Here's what I noticed about multi-billion-dollar, million-dollar companies. As long as it makes money, if they could do it with the less amount of people, the better for them. So if AI works for them, there's gonna be a lot of writers gone.
I'm with Faith.
Soon.
I'm with you, dear Faith. I felt the same way. I think they did that. That was so it was calculated. They, like I said, what I say about LeBron all the time, Trail. He don't leave crumbs. He leaves the whole damn loaf of bread. That's exactly what they just did. They left the whole loaf of bread out there because they know what was about to come their way once they let that visual be exposed about Zarya.
Yeah,
I don't expect her to do that again though.
It could. They could, but then again, they also could do the opposite and literally using it to write stories. Because people don't know this about Triple H, but he's into that type of stuff, like the techie stuff, because he, went to school and all that stuff for that. So he's actually into stuff like that. So I wouldn't put it past him to try something new. I mean, if it works, it works. But I just wasn't a big. I'm not going to shit on the promo and stuff, but I just wasn't a fan of it. But it's time to address what happened on Friday, as what we like to call Black Friday.
Lord, here we go.
Now, I'm gonna save the elephant in the room for last because there's some stuff I kind of did some research on why she was gone. So I want to get everyone's opinions on that afterwards. But the Y6, let's just start with them because it's obvious one. Are we surprised?
No.
Because I'm not.
Not at all.
I
give Bo Dallas his props for trying to pay homage to his brother, but you're not your brother.
I think with the way that they were going, I'm not surprised that they pretty much all got, booted.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad though because they could have did so much with them, and they just didn't.
I'll say this, and I'm pretty sure John would agree. The Y6 as a whole served its purpose. And a little bit of me feels like they kind of overstayed their welcome a little bit. Like it should have been done before. Because I said this multiple times, without Bray Wyatt actually there to guide this, Bo Dallas was only doing his best to live out what was ever in his journal, his notepad, every idea he had. He doesn't have that same creative juice as his older brother. So I knew that this whole team was like DOA on Dead on Arrival the moment they got there. I'm just surprised that lasts that long. But I would say this though, out of all of them here, I think Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy could have stayed. I think they could have used those two for the tag team division since they got rid of a couple tag teams as is. They easily could have made a mark in the mid card for those tag team titles, or you could have separated them because Dexter Lumis, that dude's an athlete. That dude is shredded. He got the look. He got the build. They could have really used those two, in my opinion. Monty, what are your thoughts on the Y6? Would you book them differently? Would you kept anybody?
Honestly, I think after the feud with Killer Cross, and with Scarlett and everything, I think that it was time for them to go. There was really nothing left for them to do. They weren't going to put Bo Dallas in a title feud. They weren't going to do that. They weren't going to put Nikki Cross in a title feud. They weren't going to do that either. The least they did was they gave him the tag titles. The whole feud with Solo was great, was a good revival for it.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it was kind of just like, what y'all still doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, we doing this now? All right. So I wish all of them nothing but the best, but it's time.
I agree.
That's all.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have did so much more with Nikki. But Bo Dallas himself, it was kind of played out. And then what other character would he have been after this? Like it kind of just.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he was only brought back just for the Uncle Howdy
to finish Uncle Howdy. So.
And if you think about it, when Bray Wyatt is alive, Uncle Howdy moved, talked, and act different from when Bray Wyatt was alive to after Bray Wyatt passed.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wasn't the same Uncle Howdys. Same guy, but they moved different. So it lost unfortunately had lost his flavor. Apollo Crews, not surprised. That's the second time actually he's been fired. Alba Fire, I wish they could have did more with her because this woman is a former NXT UK Women's Champion, and she kicked ass under that brand. So I wish they would have did more with her. Andre Chase is listen. Chase U was never going to see the main roster. let's call it for what it is. Andre Chase was one of those characters from 2.0 that served their purpose, and you knew they wasn't going to go anywhere. Listen, Zoe Stark, I was kind of not shocked, but I low-key felt bad because that woman was cleared to come back.
And then she never came back.
And she never came back. And I tell John this all the time. When you get hurt and it's roster cut time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the first one on that list of people like, well, she's not even anyway, just she had women's champion or at least IC title or United States champion written all over. That girl was that good, that talented. Santos, same thing. Got injured at the wrong time.
We just got him back.
I think, but I think this was faded completely because I'm already seeing that. I think he came back. I think him coming back was a business move. I think he wanted to be. His heart was in CMLL the whole time.
And speaking of that, they're expecting him to be in CMLL soon.
Yeah, I think his heart wasn't in it. I know we had a few with him and Dr. Wagner Jr., but I can tell we saw Santos Escobar in NXT and on the main roster. He was okay in AAA, but his heart wasn't there. His heart wasn't there. You could tell.
I think it was also his injury, him getting hurt. He didn't really do much with it. Yeah.
He had a championship match coming.
And he got hurt.
I just want to say this right now about Apollo Crews. I had made a comment on a live once when I saw him. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you still worked here."
Oh yeah, you jinxed him.
I should have never said it.
Monty, I'm not gonna lie. When I read his name on that list, I'm like, didn't they cut you already? I'm not even playing with you. I felt kind of bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Alba Fire, of course. This Kaylee Ray. Come on now. Andre Chase, I knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
As for Zoe Stark, I mean, to say this right now, the simple fact that she got injured, it should have been a warning sign in how far and how long it was going to take for her to recover from that injury.
Mm-hmm.
But also, just so if you guys notice it, a lot of times they cut people who are injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
That was her second knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and most devastating one at that. The one now we're getting to the ones that I had questions. Aleister Black, Zelina Vega. Aleister Black literally got released a year after he came back.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
A year after he came back. He returned that Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania. Then he got released after WrestleMania.
I blame the IWC for Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
How so?
Because y'all kept calling them Timu, Karrion Kross, or Charlotte. So don't feel sad. That they lost their jobs.
I completely agree with John. That is where y'all made the mistake. Because honestly, I was looking forward to seeing them together. I was looking forward to seeing them do House of Black and WWE with those two as the heads of it. And instead now they're gone. Thank you, IWC.
Yeah. And for to piggyback what John said about people calling him, the bootleg Timu Karrion Kross, there goes to show that they only watch WWE because he was doing that in AEW as Malachi Black. His promos, he was doing that already.
But he's always this dark character too. That's why it's not just him in AEW. Even before he left, he was always this dark character.
Since day one.
Since the days of
So
NXT Black and Gold, this is not. This not nothing new. You know,
It never
his history.
changed.
You know his history.
I mean,
This shouldn't be a surprise.
if you
everyone
didn't
was
see him
mad.
as Tommy End, if you didn't
It's
see him as
just
Tommy End, you don't know what you're doing.
Talk about it.
exactly.
Like the
And
simple fact,
Wait,
I
Mike.
don't mean to cut you off. The simple fact
Huh.
that, like, you could see them getting ready to set it up. I was like, oh, we're gonna get House of Black over here. Oh, this is gonna be fun and exciting. Oh, we need something like this. And the fact that you guys trashed it every single time,
Mhm.
done. And by the way, I'm very disappointed because y'all are the reason why I will never be able to sing Root of All Evil at the top of my lungs during the lives anymore.
Oh, she did, and she, word for word, she had that track down to a T.
Soiled it for me.
And it's like I was saying, he was doing this for years, so it's like if they're listening to these fans and listening to the pushback, so yeah, I'm with John. I blame the IWC for this because I was so happy that he finally get to work with his wife, and I was so
Zelina,
happy of the progression of Zelina Vega as a character
I was about to say
with
Zelina
him.
did that character push because she wasn't really doing much before either, and she was able to do a lot more now. And I still feel like they could have done some stuff, can continue more with her, but we'll never know now.
And it's crazy because ain't no telling how many out of all the years they've been married and dating, ain't no telling how many times they've gone over. Hey, if we ever worked together, this is what we would do. This is what we would do. This we would do that. Ain't no telling how many ideas they had in when they're laying in bed just talking about wrestling and what they could do together, and the fact they finally had the chance to do so. Because I don't know if y'all remember, I mentioned it last year that Aleister Black was set to have a big year
Mm-hmm.
following WrestleMania.
People felt he was, and the rumors were that he was supposed to be in Pat McAfee's spot in this whole Orton Cody situation.
So did they know they wasn't going to renew his contract and they did the Pat McAfee route anyway, or they just thought Pat McAfee was just a better idea because he set this up for McAfee to mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
Here is where I sit there and I say, because you just brought up the fact that they probably were coming up with this. That ring entrance, you could tell they came up with that one.
Oh yeah, it's
You
dope
could
too.
tell they practiced it, and it was so cool. Y'all took that from
And what the people do? And what the people do? Oh, that's just a wannabe Karen Cross and Scarlet entrance. And it's like, can you just watch and just let these people get their creative juices out there? Ain't no telling how long they've been working on this. So I was a little bummed that he literally just got back. So
We just got him back, damn it!
I don't know where he's gonna go next.
Yeah, because it sounded like he was not welcome back.
Is he gonna follow the Andrade route and go
Oh
to AEW?
no!
Does Tony Khan even,
What I was reading,
Khan even want him back?
what I
Does
heard,
Tony
he
Khan
was
even
not
want him
liked
back?
in the locker room. What I was reading the other day was
Yeah,
there
I've
was
heard-
a lot of negative
Yeah.
comments about him in the locker room in AEW.
I've heard the rumors too about him like not wanting to lose, not wanting to take pins often, if not at all. So
I think their next route, I don't think he'll go to
Yeah, I guess
AEW. I think he's going to do the independent circuit. I think that's probably best for them, to be honest with you.
You know what I would
I want
kill
to
to
see them in
see?
House of Glory.
I would kill to see them go up against Killer Cross and Scarlet.
I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that.
They already have posters for that shit, and I'm here for
Yeah.
it.
I need it.
I seen the post. I seen
Fan
the posters the other day.
fan booking. That would be the ultimate like fu to the
Mm-hmm.
IWC who pretty much tried to compare them to, just to put them two together in the ring because the magic those guys would make and girls, because Scarlett can still
She
go.
can go for real.
So it and Zelina, when she get the handcuffs off, that woman could go. If you don't believe me, go back to the old days of TNA.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to
That
LAX.
girl, that girl can really fly. Or like New Japan, They go New Japan. They can go to
No
TNA
TJ.
because TNA, yes, they have a partnership, but they're still their own company. So send them to TNA. I mean, but I think independence is probably what they're gonna be doing for now, which is good. But it just doesn't make any sense. And of course, Motor City Machine Guns also they really do nothing with them.
Obviously, after oh my god, I'm blanking so bad. After
After they lost the titles,
yeah, god damn it.
DIY, the whole Street Profits.
Yes, DIY. After all of that, thank you guys, because my brain is doing the loading.
we got you. We got you. You had a hard day.
She's still swimming over that chocolate.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
My bad.
You know what? Anyway,
My bad. Salute to you, Mark Henry.
anyway, they haven't done anything with them.
And word is
They haven't
they're heading to AEW, which I think they was probably destined for when they left TNA in the first place.
I mean, give me the Young Bucks and Motor City Machine Guns any day. I'll watch that match religiously. So, Private Party and Motor City Machine Guns.
That would be good.
I would love to see that as well. So
FTR, the Motor City Machine Guns.
that's another tag team. That's another tag team FTR can add to their belts.
Yeah.
So it's not.
I'm gonna say this right
I
now.
love you, Faith. I love you with all my heart.
Black Snow.
Snow. Look at Black Snow, Big Dog, Austin Creed.
This is the part of WWE that makes me angry because, by the way, if y'all notice, we have a lot of tandem tag teams.
Uh-huh.
Like, they could have moved them to Raw if they wanted to. And instead, they just let them go.
It's like we go 10 steps forward with the tag teams, and I'm talking about female and male. And then we take 100 steps back. It's like you release all these tag teams, and then we have no tag team division.
And then y'all are wondering why we have the tag team.
I would say this: if they're gonna get rid of some of these tag team divisions, then they need to unify the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown tag team
We
titles.
could
and
have
have
just broke up
just
the non-tag teams.
like, because that's what they did with the women. Like, they defended on NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, so they need to do that.
I'm not against it.
Put them all together in one match, and just unify them.
Here is my thing.
And that's it.
This is my issue. If y'all are gonna sit there and break up tag teams, break up the tandem ones. I'm still over here wondering why Fraxium's still together.
She did say that. She has been saying that.
I've been saying it since Fraxium got together. I waited for them to break up in NXT. I was like, yes, it's finally gonna happen. It never did.
Never happened. It never happened.
It never
We
happened.
did. Never did. And watch when they do break them up, it's gonna be like just some subtle. Oh, he's gonna have a match over here, a match over there. And next, thing you know, someone has
And,
lost.
and that's
They
when
get
I'm
split in the draft.
And that's
Yeah, because the rumor is they're bringing back the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So that the one thing that they got rid of, they're supposed to be bringing it back. Well, ladies,
No.
John,
Let them go first. Let them go first.
Everybody in the chat,
No.
it's time to address elephant in the room. This one here, which made the most zero sense out of all of them. The simple fact that we literally see this woman every Monday night in a segment with our favorite moment. God,
She was
getting
also
emotionally abused. Getting emotionally abused by Oscar.
This is called emotional damage. Y'all know that part? That's emotional damage. Yeah. This is emotional damage.
I flip. What makes me angry is Raw, that whole segment with Oscar and Io.
right.
It was missing something, and I was like, I need Kyrie.
It was missing the nucleus. Me and JoJo was talking about this on Monday. Like, it wasn't the same. It wasn't hitting
I'm so tired
The
of
same
them just cutting off things that need to be. What's that word?
There.
They give us things. They give us these feuds and they give us these stories, and they never finish them.
will pay off.
Because I needed Kyrie to finally turn on Asuka.
I was waiting for.
And we never got the bitch slap from hell. Okay.
I was waiting for it. I was just waiting for her to just for that match between Io and Kyrie, for that match between Io and Asuka, and for Kyrie to finally just get sick and tired and fed up with Asuka's shit, and just call off and just
this feud under the rate was one under the radar, two was so good that who would have thought Kyrie Zane would be like the main focus of these two, because Io's trying to save Kyrie. Asuka's telling Io to stay away from Kyrie. Kyrie's getting abused, and you can tell on Kyrie's face that she was getting to that point that she was about to snap out of it. And we thought this was going to happen at WrestleMania, but then it didn't happen at WrestleMania. And actually, John, the Kabuki Warriors actually was talked about on being that tag team to replace the Bellas if Nikki wasn't good to go. So they didn't really need Paige. They could have used them.
Look.
So that's one fuck up that they did.
You could have had Paige,
but
you could have had Paige cost
AJ.
Had Paige cost AJ.
No,
what the hell with that?
No, because if AJ's going on a sabbatical, it would have been we've been waiting for the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm. So they could have had Paige do the one thing that made her Paige.
Come out the Raw WrestleMania.
Come out Monday night, cut off Becky Lynch, and be like, I'm the one that's gonna take the title off of you.
This is my house.
This is my house.
This is my house.
That's what they could have done.
And I would have loved it.
Yeah.
But
they could have did that. But
Kyrie is pretty much this year's R-Truth.
Which is what I'm about to get into, because I don't know who did it, but they're giving people hopes on this. When
I don't like hope givers.
And when it was announced, when the fans got whiffed that it was gonna be Rock and Roman, they cried out for Cody. And what happened? They gave him Cody. We got the Avengers angle at WrestleMania 40, right? R-Truth didn't get renewed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody cried out for Truth, and what happened? Before reading John and Nessa's eyes, R-Truth came back.
Yep.
So everyone's hoping that with all the online petitions out there and the hashtag We Want Kyrie, that this is just another ploy by WWE, and we're gonna see Kyrie Zane pull up in the middle of this match or the middle of this feud to finally give us what we want. Which I'm not gonna hold my breath, because I don't trust WWE to really. They say they don't listen to fans, and then when you really want them to listen, they don't. Because she was on her way. She's already back in Japan already, and from what I read, one of the reasons.
Someone get TJ out of my
reasons she was like, what TJ do now?
Face bands. They served undercooked spaghetti beans and pause.
Huh?
With wiener sauce instead of the 5-star.
TJ, sir, you have been gulagged.
So
you've been out the gulags for a minute. You about to go back in there on Friday. Apologize.
Nasty.
Here's my theory on this, because supposedly Kairi Sane had hinted or indicated, I don't know to who, that she was planning on moving back to Japan. And WWE's like, oh, well, let me help you out. Responded online, and I'm paraphrasing, she said she didn't walk away from anything. So basically, she didn't walk away from a contract, negotiation, or anything like that. So as of Monday, she was already traveling back to Japan. So it's like, if this is true, that is the biggest petty move by WWE because she wants to go back to Japan. So you cut her off in mid feud, and there's no word on when she was planning on moving back to Japan in the first place. So, John, what do you make of this whole Kairi Sane situation? Because as of right now, she's no longer in the United States.
It's sad. Should have got the payoff. And if that was the case, you could have did it even. You could have used the creative juices to use a storyline to send Kyrie back to Japan. If that was the case.
Like a little beatdown or miss the eyes or something, and she
Or
finally got
EO.
over on Asuka, and Asuka's like put her
And EO.
like to the gulags.
And EO tells her, and she tells EO, it's time for me to go. And she heads back to Japan forever. I didn't like it. I hated it. It was out of all the ones, it was the most unnecessary. I believe there's still. I'm gonna keep hope alive, as that was my slogan in Vegas. I'm gonna keep my hope alive that she comes back eventually, and we pay this off, and then she can go be with her family in Japan, because I know that's probably what it is. She misses her family, but I hated it. And like I said, we saw Asuka come out. It did miss that sauce, that little sprinkling, a little seasoning. But the match is going to cook next week. I know it's going to be anticlimactic without Kyrie, but they just got to find EO and Asuka just got to be professional about it and find ways to make keep us invested, because we know you're going to put a fire match, but keep the emotional investment there. Where we just want to be like, all right, instead of having, all right, get this over with so we can move on now.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but Asuka looked kind of off on Monday. Like she was just going through the motions of that
She probably was
promo.
You just tell when she was just standing on EO, she was just like, yeah, I'm here.
I just work here.
Yeah, basically. And if this is the reason that Asuka leaves, because Kyrie was one of the reasons why she stayed when they brought her back, because Asuka was contemplating retirement, and then they re-signed Kairi Sane. It's like she had like a whole new lease on life. It's like, you know what? Let me stay after all. So ain't no telling what's gonna happen at the end of Asuka's deal, because my heart does go out to EO and Asuka, because they're sisters. They go way back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because it's kind of like the true situation, but it's not like the true situation, because with R-Truth, not that many people cared about R-Truth until they saw the
Pretty much
notification that he got released. Then all of a sudden, no, bring R-Truth back. Kyrie, she was on TV every single week.
Yes.
What angers me about this is that Asuka was delivering story with her Kyrie and EO. She was explaining it to everybody why this was so important. There was one episode where they had closed the show and we were all invested, like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I want to see what happens next. I mean, we all do the Kyrie yell.
Kyrie?
Because it'd be like, out of nowhere, just Kyrie! And I was like, what's going on? But no, it angers me to that point, because Monday they were chanting, we want Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And then WWE tried to drown out the chants. Make them louder. Make them louder.
Because that this is one of those, we don't care about this person. We just randomly saw this name. We want to cry out. No, we was invested in that whole Damage Control, Kabuki Warriors storyline. Because now with Kyrie being in the middle of it, because the moment Asuka turned on EO, Kyrie has been in the middle, like undecided the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see it in her face, like, help me, help you, stay away. I don't want to hurt you.
And
Type of deal.
to anybody going to the show, to the Raw show next week, or even to the SmackDown show, chant it, make it louder, make sure they hear you.
I know someone that lives a few hours away from Tampa, and Backlash is gonna be in Tampa. Hey JoJo, I need you to get some signs, yell out, "We want Kyrie," because that usually me and John, I'm like, okay, you guys are overreacting, you guys didn't really care, but this is one of those times that we actually agree and we let the fans have at it because there was no reason why that would be. She got our walking papers.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly hijack the show. That's the only way they're going to listen. Hijack it. Thank you.
What Money House said. So, from the roster cuts to the NXT debuts.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
A certain one we was talking about earlier. Does this translate into what we're about to discuss, or can I say what I got to say now about it?
Which blonde?
Keita.
Oh no! If you're still in the roster cut situation, go ahead.
Okay. Because I'm gonna say this, and this ain't gonna be popular, but let me say this: I'm not finna come out here and look like a Nikita Lyons defender or fanboy, but I think she's getting targeted by the IWC because of the fact that she's still on the roster. She's now became the poster girl for people getting released. Why has she still got a job? She didn't ask for them to release Kairi Sane. She didn't ask for them to release Alba Fire. She didn't ask for them to release Zoe Stark, who she was a tag team partner with in NXT. So
I forgot about that one.
She saying that why she been there so long? Why is she still there? Well, I was listening to our peoples at Black Wrestling yesterday in their spaces. You know, Tony Daniels been there 5 years, and what is he now? I didn't hear y'all complaining about that before he won the NXT title. When he got back after the Iron Survivor Challenge, everybody was happy. But then confirmation bias because we don't like her because of a certain way she carries herself. So I'm not defending her. She had a bad knee injury, and I'm liking the way that Bubba Ray was, kind of on her bumper on LFG now. I like the new format for LFG. It's not winning, it's not earning. It's basically this: either going to NXT or you're going home.
Honestly, I was surprised to see her because I was like, she's on LFG right now, ain't she? So
yeah, she's on because she's been in Evolve, and obviously she's had to be pretty much a reclamation project. And the first match they put her with our new favorite person in the world, Callie Armstrong, and they both killed. But like Bubba was telling her, stop trying to make this. Have respect for your opponent. Don't try to steal the scene. When Callie was out there doing her vibe and you going out there and you can't stay still. And I know you don't. You respect your opponent's moment. But I'm gonna say this: stop. Let's not bring her up every time somebody gets in because there's a lot of people on that roster who's way less talented than some of the people who got released. And I don't hear y'all calling about them. But I think we're targeting her because it's race appropriation.
Has she improved at all? Is the question I ask.
I say this: she has improved. She has improved. I think going down to Evolve had to humble her.
Definitely, I will agree with that. She needed some humbling.
It had to humble her because when she went down, and Matt Bloom, I don't know if y'all watched LFG, but I would watch it. I would recommend it. Matt Bloom said it. When she went down with that knee injury, a lot of the women stepped up. That's where we got That's where we got Jada Parker. That's how look at
Lola Vice, current NXT Women's Champ.
We saw Lola Vice and Nikita Lyons together at WrestleMania when me and Trey was at WrestleMania when he was out here.
With Lola, I think I was always putting Lola in that category with Nikita because she wasn't good. She needed to get put down into AAA and do that time down there in order to be where she's at right now.
And it helped her.
It did. And to be honest with you, I'm glad that she's mixing her MMA background into her wrestling too. So vast improvement.
Yeah, so like women just they stepped up and she probably got too caught up in the shuffle because maybe there is somebody. What else, Long? There is probably someone in there who still believes that they can make something out of it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, they still got hope of her.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at all the women who stepped up. If you watch the first episode, that was how we found out Kendall Gray got called up to NXT. That was Callie Armstrong's pretty much her launching pad to NXT. So I'm not defending her, but I think we should stop using her as the poster girl, because there's a lot of people on the main roster who is less talent than her that could be out of a job. But I don't promote unemployment.
I'm gonna defend it a little bit to piggyback what you're saying. Why are we comparing main roster stars to someone that's still in developmental?
Because she's been there 5 years, and they something.
I know, but she's in developmental. She's not on the main roster. I can see she's on the main roster sitting at catering and not doing nothing, or not, getting the reaction of the crowd.
I love Sloan. I love that man.
My dog.
I love that man.
Down there at the.
Hey, Sloan, my bad, dog.
Damn, she did. She sold.
And it's basically like,
yeah. I mean, Lola did it anyway.
And like to say, the finals.
Listen, she threw some ass, and she's champ now.
Yeah, and
she could knock you out though, but she threw some ass.
You know what?
And going down to AAA helped her a lot.
A lot.
Oh, definitely.
Mr. Iguana,
and she wasn't the one that needed home. She just wanted to go there to improve her craft.
Who knew that her and Mr. Iguana would have been this ultimate, this match in wrestling heaven? I should.
They do.
They have amazing chemistry together. But I think what it was she was overutilizing her UFC background and not wanting to use an actual wrestling technique. And that's what AAA did for her. Since she was so small, they gave her that luchador background that she needed.
Yes. Anything with La Hedra is a chef's kiss.
Like, you see that chick guys?
I just want to say, her match, that underground match with Shayna Baszler, that made me a fan instantly. I was like, okay, we're here now.
And then watching her chain wrestle with Kalani Jordan. And Kendall Gray. When her and Kendall Gray had that chemistry together, they just flowed so good. And it's like their styles could be any more opposite. One's MMA, one's amateur wrestling. So to see them go that smooth, no botches, no nothing, it's like Lola. Me and John say this all the time. Lola stepped up her game times 10. Mm-hmm. So it's like we got to stop comparing someone that's in developmental, still trying to hone her craft, to someone who's a multi-time champion. Like Kairi Sane, a former NXT Women's Champion, former tag team champion. Like, think what, 2 times, 3 times tag team champions. So it's like, why? And this is no disrespect to Nikita, but why are you comparing
the same conversation?
Okay, so this is where that part. You see how you just named all of her accolades and all that stuff compared to Nikita Lyon? That's where that comparison comes from. Why is she getting cut and not? You see? See where
it's not. But we know it's not talent. What Kyrie?
No, but it's not.
On the main roster, though.
It's not her fault. But they're getting rid of talent to make room for new talent. So why don't you get rid of talent?
Because that talent is
on the bottom then. But that's what I'm saying. There's 2 sides to that, because I understand what you guys are saying, and we shouldn't be wishing someone being fired on anybody.
Big me. We talked about this. We talked about this look, we make the jokes with our ATD sisters about JCJ.
Yes.
There's a reason why she's the last one standing, and Gigi Dolan is in the Indies, and Mandy Rose is out here bringing up people having herpes in NXT, and is trying to make millions off OnlyFans.
I have never. You can tell that she has the talent, but that's what I'm saying. When it gets thrown out like that, see, think about what you're saying. You're talking about Kairi Sane, and then you're saying, okay, so why does she get cut if this person is still here? You get it?
Right.
Here
Right.
is my
And like you said, it's not her fault because
No,
at the
it's
same
not.
time, the reason why she's been there 5 years is she's had 2 knee injuries that have taken her out for the better part of 2 years.
So, and then we just talked about this. When people get cut, it's because they're incident prone.
Here's
So
my defense of this. And again, I see where you're coming from, Nessa, but here's my defense of this. Developmental still means that they got time to cook.
no, and I agree. I completely agree with that.
So
I'm saying when
there's-
people are comparing, I don't feel like they're comparing them, but it kind of like, for me, it's kind of like, well, shit, why did they let her go and that person is still there? You know, kind of thing. Like, no one's really.
Yeah.
It's.
And
To John's point, no one was bringing up why is Andre Chase still here?
Right.
Why is Tony D'Angelo still here? Why is
They were holdovers from 2.02. Let's not get it twisted.
Hale
No,
here?
and there's definitely more some bias because
Hale
I
here?
hear when it comes to like the releases, and it's always, and it is unfortunate when it comes to these releases, and everyone always brings up Nikita Lyons, it's always out of a female's mouth.
It is.
This is true.
Always.
This is true.
It is.
It is always a female saying it. I have never once seen a male on the IWC say, "Why is Nikita Lyons still?" For me,
Well,
I don't know about y'all's timelines.
I've seen a few.
Not on my timeline.
I've seen a lot of women on my timeline say. But the thing is that there's still potential there.
Mm-hmm.
There's still untapped potential.
I agree with what your guys are saying, but I'm saying like when people pretty much like how Trow was saying Kyrie is this, Kyrie is that. So when people think about it, it's kind of like, okay, well, why are you releasing her? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course she's also easy to hate on.
And look at all the releases from NXT that we saw. And there was pretty much Sean and Matt Bloom saying it without saying it.
Why did they
reached their ceiling? They reached their ceiling.
That one is right there. That makes me kind of.
This is why I think they changed up the format for LFG, because if you look at the 4 winners from the first 2 seasons of LFG, Jasper Troy,
Shiloh Hill,
Skylar Ray, Shiloh Hill. How many of them is popping right now?
None of them.
One.
No.
One.
Hill is starting to get his run going. Jasper barely hasn't.
Shiloh Hill is the only one that is brought that from that first 2 seasons is actually took what he learned from Taker and the rest of the coaches and is popping on TV. Nothing against Skylar Ray. She probably hasn't had the opportunity yet. And with Tyra May and with Jasper, I think
they tried with Jasper and it just kind of.
Is what I think what happened to him.
Carver blow him out the water.
Because with Jasper, you got him basically trying to go out. The first thing you do is have him go after Obafemi. And there's nowhere up from there for him, obviously. And we also have with Keanu Carver. With Tyra May still, we saw it there, but there's something that was missing between the ears.
Yeah, she wasn't clicking.
No, you didn't tell her that. That's why she didn't know.
She
didn't remember.
Oh, I'm about to.
I was like, you tell them, Miss Maxine. Yeah. That was perfect.
You're going viral right now, right? You're going viral right now, right?
I was like, damn, who was reading the riot act? I looked at Money's mouth is closed. I'm like, yo,
you're going viral right now. Because I heard
Hey, I clipped that, please.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I clipped this. No, that was perfect timing. That was perfect timing.
He doing his podcast.
Is that Reese?
Shout out to Miss Maxine.
Who's that?
That's your grandmother.
Oh, Granny. Granny. Oh, she was going off for Granny.
You know what?
I'm playing.
I think when it comes to Tyra May,
everyone thought you was.
I can't hear. When it comes to Tyra May Steele, I think it was her that couldn't get herself over.
I feel like she had all the.
They didn't put her in NXT.
I think she had all the it factors. I think she had all the it factors to make it. but it just wasn't like you guys. Something was missing, and it just didn't.
I got 2 words for you. Kendall Gray.
That's another one. When you got someone that's from the same background that connects more than you automatically that's a process of elimination.
And it is.
Gray, same background, just don't have the gold medals like Tyra, and took off like a rocket.
Oh, rocket!
That could definitely be the same thing how we was talking a few weeks ago about Julia and Stephanie. I feel like same concept.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, Julia was supposed to be the one, and Stephanie just outshined her, not on purpose. It just gravitated. That's the same thing with Kim LeGray. I mean, she's right now she should barely still be in Evolve right now, but yeah, she got so good. She got promoted to NXT, and I would say by the end of the year, she's gonna be NXT Women's Champion.
It's like she's Kurt. She's Kurt Angle, and
Top Mace Hill was supposed to have been the Kurt Angle.
Exactly. And we saw it quick. I saw it. Look, I used to watch Kendall Gray on Level Up, and I saw something there, but she just didn't have the personality. And that's why they put her with Ren Sinclair, the Ren QCC clique, and you start seeing her goofy side. But when I started seeing her in Evolve, it was clearly there was one level. It was her and Kelly Armstrong, and it was everybody else. And that includes the men, and that includes the men too. The Vanity Project was probably the highest, was probably up there, but it was her and Callie, and everybody else was pretty much was fighting for third place.
Yeah. So shout out to Kim LeGray. Huge success. So back to
Noah's Ark.
Now we get to the NXT call ups, and we was talking about them earlier.
Well, we got the call.
We was talking about them earlier, so we got to talk about it. Fatal Influence, man. These girls, I wasn't expecting Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed to join her. I thought for sure that was JC Jane's swan song, and she would have went up by herself. I was probably like one of the only ones, maybe John too, that said that Fallon Henley was ready for a call up.
Yes.
So to have Fatal Influence as a unit pull up, it's a breath of fresh air that they're actually bringing up factions again, and to see them target Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, Paige, Brie Bella, and Rhea Ripley all in one night. I'm loving it. I mean, I know you guys from ATD, you guys have y'all's fun at JC Jane's expense, but I'm super happy for JC Jane itself because she earned it, and her going toe to toe Rhea Ripley, it was a good match for her. Like she didn't mess it up. She didn't give that vibe that she didn't belong there. Like she let the boos come in, and the boos were like Dominic joining the Judgment Day level boos. Vicky Guerrero level boos.
Yeah.
You talking about Lainey Reed song?
She was getting that Dominic treatment.
Yes.
Just to say this right now, again, y'all know we don't. Y'all know we call her Juiceless JC. Y'all know she's the juiceless one. You know how we feel about her. But just to say this,
Fallon Henley, Sloan. Fallon Henley.
It's Fallon, but this debut. Of course, I was shocked that all three of them debuted. I was expecting for Fallon to turn on JC, but hey, here we are. We're here. But the fact that they all three debuted, good call up. That was a good call up. I have to give them props for that one.
I agree.
Reed is in the right place at the right time. This would have been Jasmine Nix.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like Lady Reed, she actually, and I mean this with all due respect, Lady Reed has more talent than Jasmine Nix. In a way, a little bit. Like Jasmine Nix was just coasting. I think she probably would have got left behind ish, or would have gotten released anyway. Lena Reed, it was like she tried beating JC Jane, she failed. So it was like I'm gonna have to just join the group, learn from the group, and then later on go out on my own. So she like Monty said, to see those three get called up at the same time and the impact they made on that call up. I mean, they took down 4 people, literally 4 champions
Five,
in one night.
five counting real.
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't counting Bree as far as the
I
world
hate Sloan,
champion.
dude.
I love this man. So I love Sloan with
I hate
the
Sloan.
to the bottom of my heart.
Hey man, we can't be bringing up Doug Funny references after what happened. We're bringing up Doug Funny references after what happened this weekend.
That was hilarious.
Listen,
He said Roger Klotz, and now I can't unsee it now.
I love Sloan.
So JC James, Roger Klutz, and Fallon Henley's Doug Funny. So does that make?
no, actually,
Green
Clay
Skeeter?
Thompson's Doug Funny.
That's what. Hey man, I'm gonna say is sports for you. Calling out names last night. Go back and watch. If you're not a Megan Thee Stallion fan, you might not want to watch, but I recommend you do.
And if you are, so will watching
Exactly.
it's the hottest brand on TV.
Exactly.
So shout out to JC Jane and the crew. We wish them nothing but good success on the blue brand because they need a shot in the armor in that women's division, and having those 3 to be the disruptors, it could work out very, very well. Blake Monroe is getting her call up this week. So shout to her. She was long overdue for. Technically, she should have been hired to the main roster, but she wanted to take her talents down at NXT and work with the NXT stars. So shout to her for not coming in with an inflatable head. She wanted to test her talents down there, work with the people down there, and then when she was ready, she's on the main roster. So she's gonna kill. Her and Tiffany Stratton for the United States Championship.
So this is gonna be who's gonna annoy Vanessa. Got it.
Okay, Vanessa, if you had to make a choice.
Do you really watch Blake Monroe, Vanessa?
Blake Monroe,
Yeah, I have.
and Tiffany. If you had to make a choice between the two, who would you rather?
Honestly, I'm choosing Blake Monroe over Tiffany. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I would say Blake Monroe because not. I've seen her work. That woman is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Tony Storm how dangerous she is.
She's demonic.
There's just those characters that you just can't like click with, kind of thing, and she's one of them. But I would choose her.
She's like the UK version of Tiffany Stratton.
Hey,
which makes it more harder.
Okay, Tiffany Stratton said that she wanted to retire at 30. She got 3 years left on the contract.
They are NXT over and baby.
Hey,
I mean,
yo.
That don't sound bad, but yeah.
Shut up. John, fix your face. But all seriousness, it's I'm happy for her. But Blake Monroe, she to me, and I mean, I'm not gonna knock Tiffany Stratton for her life plans. She gave herself a time limit, a timetable, which from the moment she stepped foot in NXT in the 2.0 era, she gave herself to the age 30 to accomplish all she wanted to do in wrestling as much as she can, and then she wants to go into acting. Cool for her, because she said that she didn't want to be the ones that's over 30, over 40, still doing it.
They already made a Barbie movie though.
I'm not mad at her for that. She actually has lifelong career goals for herself.
That's I heard that.
Huh?
I
said it.
I'm not mad at her for that. So she wants get it be done by 30. Let it be done by 30.
I'd say this right now.
She got more career goals than we do.
I mean, shout out to her.
There are women in this. There are women that would kill to be in this business that don't have career goals like that. This is a stepping stone to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That part.
And it worked out for her because it's not like she was bad at wrestling. I mean, she annoys certain people, but she's not bad at wrestling.
What Monty is saying is that this is a stepping stone to her next career. Women are killing themselves to just make it to get to be their entire career, their entire life.
Yeah, and Tiffany Stratton, she's a success story from the NIL program. So there's some good things that came out of NIL, and she's already a former, NXT champ, WWE champ. That's pretty much the face of the franchise belt. She's won that, had a good run with it. Now she's United States champion. So I'm expecting Blake Monroe to eventually pull up to the scene, win the United States Championship, and then when we get Chelsea Green back, I would love to see Chelsea Green and Blake Monroe.
Actually, now that I would enjoy.
Okay, I was about to say. Okay, I'm here.
My brain could take all that.
And it's the national feud for United States Championship.
I'm gonna have to get a migraine pill for that.
And shout out to Chelsea Green for landing a role in the upcoming horror film too. I can't wait to find out what's the name of that horror movie and if it's coming out on Netflix or. Go ahead, Money. Go ahead. I love me some Chelsea Green too. Go ahead.
I love me some Chelsea Green. It took a minute for me to get warm up to her again because I remember her character in TNA, but to see her, I'm like, I freaking love this woman. Can we do more with her?
She's my favorite Karen.
I love her.
God bless Canada. God bless
it's one of those things I didn't know of Chelsea Green.
Agreed, John.
And then her character, of course, annoyed the shit out of me, but it kind of won me over. But then I watched her shit back in Lucha Underground. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I need that mixed with the annoying shit that she does.
WWE is not going to do that because they lean heavy on the entertainment than actual wrestling.
But she's entertaining. She is very.
So she ain't doing that lucha stuff because she already had one. She already had one neck injury. How do she already had one.
She said she wasn't doing that again.
I know, but do you see where I'm coming from though?
Can you imagine that match between her and Penta? 10 out of 10.
Like
yes,
10 out of 10.
That's what's doing that.
Fans always bring it up to her all the time. No matter how many matches she's done in her lifetime, they always bring up the Penta one.
It's always that one match, though. It's that one match that everyone's like, "That's it. That's you."
So to the one and only Michael PSA.
Ejectocito, cut!
Yeah.
You don't think about to say that
I know he did damage
more than a job. You basically calling her a jobber. She's nothing more than just a jobber.
Oh my God, I read that completely wrong.
Let me just say this right now. I don't know what else is in Michael P.S. Hayes' fanny pack besides loose change, but sir, you might want to reevaluate what you said.
Child, yep, I completely read that wrong, and I agree.
I had to put on my Vanessa glasses to see this.
What did it say? What does it say?
It just says, I believe the name of the horror movie is called Gory as Hell, but I know what Nessa saw, and it's based off of what they were talking about yesterday to end the show on Sports for You. So you need to go lay down somewhere.
Really? They're wilding. They're wilding. I now know. Now I wasn't even thinking about it. Now I know what you're referencing.
I don't know what's being referenced. I'm innocent.
You don't need to know, Monty. It's okay. You're
just know the intro gonna be a House of Glory. Just know the intro will be a House of Glory on Friday. And by the way, I can confirm now.
I want to know.
I'm pulling up to the meet and greet now.
We'll talk. We'll tell you later. Monty,
there you go. Okay.
Hey, how did you put that in the chat?
Faith put it in the chat for you.
What did she say?
Happy endings.
Can't say
sorry, Jody. I'm so sorry, Jody.
Can't say that around dudes with the last name Watson.
Right. You were no better than Deshaun. But anyway.
Really? Okay. All right.
But anyway.
Between
me, Nessa, and JoJo, it's like we have telekinesis. It's like we know what the other one is going to think and say and read. So it's a beautiful thing. But another person that sets, another person that's set to make their debut on Friday Night SmackDown is going to be absolute Ricky Saints. I'm still gonna call him Ricky Starks because that's a better name. But anyway, Ricky Saints will make his debut this Friday on SmackDown. How we feeling?
See, you say glory hole, and where here comes JoJo.
It's like, hello.
You say glory hole, and there comes JoJo.
No. Just okay. What were we talking about again?
Ricky Saints is making his debut on Friday. How we feeling?
Y'all eyes done seen the glory, huh? Y'all eyes done seen the glory.
How we feeling? How we feeling about Ricky?
About Ricky Saints. Okay.
Pretty Ricky's what they call him.
As I call him, Richard Saints. I have to say, it's about time. I'm curious to see what Ricky does. I'm curious to see how he does it on SmackDown. I'm wondering if he's gonna, possibly get in the face of a certain blonde-headed dude with a toxic bald-headed sugar daddy.
That would be fun. That'd be fun.
Personally, I would like to see that, because he does look like his toxic bald-headed sugar daddy, but that's just.
She's talking about broken promises.
I know what she's talking about, and I'm about to go cry, baby. Now I need to go watch that movie. You guys are making me swirl so bad today.
How you feeling, John, about Ricky? Is it the right time? Too soon?
I'm like this. The dude been here. If he, it was a matter of time. If Ethan Page is gone, there's no purpose of keeping him there. And currently, they've only Ethan Page was there for 2 years. Ricky Saints did that in 14 months.
Mm-hmm.
It was a matter of time. I can't wait to see him be on the main roster. I'm already calling it now. He will be in Money in the Bank in his hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Richard in the Bank. Richard in the Bank.
The Revolution will be televised on Friday nights, and I can't wait for it. It wouldn't shock me if we run back him and Trick Williams.
Richard in the Bank.
With the United States title, because Ricky Saints looks like he can be a dope United States champion.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
I've been going to, and we haven't seen him yet, and hopefully he's still there. I wouldn't mind seeing Ricky Saints and Melo.
Yeah, we haven't seen that either, huh?
We have not seen that.
Okay, I'm not going to say his name out loud, because the last time I said somebody's name out loud when I saw them on TV, they got released not too long ago. So, we
know it's not Joe Hendry.
No. It was Apollo Crews.
Well, say his name, and he appeared.
Years.
The concert that we didn't know we needed. Joe Henry.
Sorry, I got all kinds of rock vibes, and I was loving it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was loving it.
And for him to sing a song about firing Logan Paul, it had me dying. I'm like, it's like they are low key addressing the roster cuts, and it's like it should have been Logan Paul.
And when Logan came out and crashed out, was screaming in the microphone. I'm like, yo, eat a Snickers. Damn, calm down.
That had me rolling.
Drink a Pepsi.
How you feeling, Nessa, about the White Rock? Joe Hendry.
Again, where to go? I threw it somewhere. There's too much stuff here. He wanted me to bring out the lighter and Slay. Okay.
Way yo, side.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I thought it was hilarious. I'm not as familiar as Joe Hendry as you guys are until he came to NXT and TNA, and he's already just there. So him on the main roster, his push and everything. I've always said when NXT comes to the main roster, it's either hit or miss.
Mhm.
There is no way you can miss with this. And if you fuck it up, that there's like how?
I know.
Talk to him.
I know what I missed. The fact that I could have met Joe Hendry at WWE World, but
But you got to see
this guy
instead.
That guy right here. That guy right here. I got to see that guy because down. So for the
Very good, very evil. Yeah.
I just, yes,
evil, very nice.
yes. I met the man in person. That picture is real. That is not AI. I met Danhausen on WrestleMania Thursday, and it was dope.
All right, JoJo. You
Good
got big business tomorrow. Proud of you. You know, best of luck to you. You're gonna kill it. And we love you as always. But yeah, Joe Hendry was funny. And then there was Soruka is set to sign her Raw contract this coming Monday.
Her match with Liv was, by the way.
Yeah,
it was a coming out party. But do she go for the IC title? Do she go for Becky Lynch? Is she the next?
I'd love to see it.
Rebecca.
I am not gonna lie. I thought they were about to pull a page at AJ Lee. I thought they were about to pull that trigger, and I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have been mad at it. I would not have been mad if they pulled that AJ Lee page trigger.
Mm-hmm. And get her soul snatched.
Yeah, because she got. Oh my god, I love the soul snatcher so badly.
That's one of my favorite moves.
Yes,
best move in the business right now.
And I would not have been mad.
Definitely.
I would have not been mad that she lost her title to Soruka, but they didn't pull the trigger, and now I do want to see her against Becky. So
now,
I mean, new blood for the title, please.
Yeah, we'll say this, Rebecca. Count your days, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Count your days.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca, count your days, girl.
Because it's only a matter of time.
Your soul getting snatched, baby. Your soul gonna get snatched. Okay.
I felt that, Bonnie.
Do it for the culture, soul.
Yeah.
The culture.
Right. She's one of us, people. Remember that. Remember that.
She is.
I'm not gonna lie though. Them using AI on her kind of made her look like she was,
That's why
they made her more of her other side.
Yeah.
So I got AI is the devil.
They made her dark.
As in the words of Mama Boucher, AI is the devil. It's the devil.
What does this lady want with me?
I don't know. It's probably the devil too. Liv Morgan count your days because of Roxanne. Yup.
Yeah, I saw the way she looked in that camera. She gave that camera crazy eyes.
Olivia.
I'm still iffy on that one. I'm still
Roxanne's gonna be first to go.
I mean, let's just say this right now. The fact that Finn Balor, aka Fergal, was in the clubhouse, I was over here and I was like,
do they not have locks?
No.
I sat there and I said it to them on the live. I was like, did they not change the lock to the clubhouse?
No.
Finn was the one with the keys. You don't think he ain't gonna remember how to get into his own house?
I'm just saying when it happens, and we're either gonna figure out which agent she looked for. It should have been me.
Shut up.
I apologize.
I want to see Raquel get booted first. I'm just saying.
Somebody needs to get booted from the team because it's messy.
I think it's better if Roxanne goes first because it'll still buy Raquel some time. Because there's Raquel made it known. I don't know if she did it in a joke or she's serious. She wants to reign another championship as well. So that might buy her some time. Send her down there, win that championship, bring that to the main roster, and then once her and Liv start going at it, she can beat Liv for that championship. You still got time for that.
I still feel like Roxanne. The fact that I'm sorry, y'all. By the way, my mom just gave me $200 for Mother's Day. That's why
Hey!
kind of
Happy Mother's, early
I ain't
Mother's
mad
Day.
at. I ain't mad at you.
But so I just want to say this right now. When it comes to the whole Roxanne situation, the fact that Finn was in the clubhouse and she talked to him, she didn't fight him, kick him out, none of that.
I get that.
I
I
get that
truly do. I truly do.
I mean, she told me like, you mean don't trust the judgment day or don't trust you? And it's like, I think she's probably gonna go out on her own when this is over, but she's gonna flip on Liv because every time Liv makes it a point on purpose to bring up Finn Balor, her mood changes on her face, and it's like
My thing is,
it's
eventually
like she's
they're
rubbing
going
it
to run
in,
a
like
tag.
yeah.
They're going to run a mixed tag match between Finn Balor and Roxanne and Liv and Dirty Dom. It's going to happen. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was hoping that it was Raquel that was going to be the first strike.
That's what I thought too.
She eliminated her from Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she was talking about Rumble and everything, she got a little salty to Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was over here and I was like, that ain't your friend. I don't trust you. And so, in my opinion,
And then they dropped it.
They did. They let it go. And I was like, are we going to pick this back up since she won the title? No? Okay. So we just going to run the trouble song and just keep it 100.
And it's like,
trouble.
that's you.
In my head every time.
But it's almost like they low key keep bringing it up because every time the three of them together, she always dismisses Raquel like to go somewhere so she can talk to Roxanne, and Raquel always has that look like, oh yeah, sure, okay. They're dangling that carrot in front of us, like, hey, don't forget, we still got this little story cooking.
I don't need them to take a year like they did 2 years like they did with Dom and Finn. I need that shit to happen now.
I mean, Dom did get hurt too.
I mean, we waited 15 months to find out who pushed Jade into the car, so.
And we still haven't found out who else is guilty. But anyway,
congratulations, you're guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's. I think it's one of those. Roxanne is starting to become the more intrigued one in all this now because of the whole Finn Balor's name keep getting brought up. So now it's like we're more looking at Roxanne, and then when we least suspect it, it's gonna be Raquel later. So I think they switched on who's leaving first.
But if you think about it, they could also be swerving us because that's the easier target too. Finn is out. Finn brought Roxanne in that we know of, right? Because so who is really working with Finn Balor?
Exactly.
To me personally, it would be a good swerve, but this is WWE and they don't know how to do plot twists like that. But it would be a really good swerve. Love you, Faith. Love you. Kiss that baby for us.
Yeah,
but
get better.
When that would be a really, really good thing where it would be like, oh, it's Raquel, it's Roxanne, and then it turns out to be Raquel. But they ain't ever gonna do
that. I think by the end of 2026, it's just gonna be Liv and Dom.
Oh, definitely.
Until until they pull Eddie Guerrero with him too, and he cheats on Liv.
True. Or
like 10 Mamacitas.
Liv can actually dump Dom. What goes around comes around, right?
I would like to see that instead if they did that twist.
I just want him to get to that.
Muchacho, Papi Chulo, all these years getting these women, and then he finally get his comeuppance and have that one woman that he actually finally trusts and finally love kicks him to the curb.
I'm okay with that. Because we finally will get him to that Eddie point where he fades it up and gains some more muscle because he's been getting a little thicker. And then he could be by himself. And I'll be there to pick up the pieces. I'll be right there.
Wait a minute.
How about new?
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
know. That would be a better solution to the story if they did do that. If they did just switch it around, you know. Like, I mean, personally, I would like to see her get involved with somebody else. Like, I don't know. Ethan Page is right there.
Well, she had said in an interview that she's like, once her and Dom completely break up, she don't want to do the couple thing anymore. She's like,
it's not his course.
Yeah, she's like it was like supposed to be a trial base, and they lit up, they had instant chemistry, and they pretty much took off. She's like, and I don't think I'll ever get that with anybody else. And he said the same. He's like, once they break up, whenever they pull that trigger, he don't want to do a storyline like that no more.
And to be honest, they don't even need it no more. They don't need no more. Dom needs to finally have a solo career because his entire WWE career is either been with his dad or been with the Judgment Day. He's never really. Only time you actually see him fly solo is down in AAA. So
he hasn't defended that title in a good minute.
He's built a resume now to where he can do this on his own, and I'm excited for him. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him in Money in the Bank. I think he's definitely one of the guys in Money in the Bank.
Look, she already got a climb a tree with Dominic, and you want her to climb a sequoia? Shit.
What are we talking about? Which one? Oh no, absolutely not. No.
Buffy would get slayed. But anyway,
he had break her, dude.
Mount Everest.
And let's not forget his woman did not do that either. We shout out to her. Her birthday just passed. So shout to, I don't know if that's his wife or that's just his girl, but shout out to Lady Finley. Lady Finley. Yes.
Madam Finley.
And we mentioned him earlier. Monday nights is all ego. How are you feeling about Ethan Page, future Intercontinental Champ? I see it already. He's probably gonna be the one to beat Penta.
I don't have
anyone that's gonna fast track to a title. I see him.
I don't have no to him just because. I mean, he's good, but then he he annoys me, but he doesn't annoy me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. He's one of those.
That perfectly describes Ethan Page.
He doesn't.
He's one of those. I can't. I mean, I don't dislike the guy, but it's just I can't live without him. It's fine. He's there. It's okay.
That means his character is doing his job.
And for the most part, yeah, I completely agree with y'all. So it's kind of like, cool. Hello.
If you can't like nor hate a person, I mean that's a unique character. And it's the truth.
Sean put the belt on this dude a month into the company. That told me everything I need to know.
His first match.
Second. Maybe he won it at. He lost to Trick Williams at Battleground, and he beat Trick. It was the triple threat.
Oh, he's talking about the NXT title.
Yeah, the NXT title.
That was his first match, wasn't it?
It was second. His second one.
Oh,
it was second because it was Trick, Javon, and Ethan Page in the triple threat because they didn't want Trick to lose clean.
Mm-hmm. We watched it too, and he just fell on top of.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, again, it's one of those. Happy for you, I guess.
That's something better than nothing. To be honest.
And he beat Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to see what the whole dynamic between him and Kofi progresses. See where that goes. Because I don't know where they're going with that. So I'm gonna hold my judgment on on him turning heel or not. But hopefully he doesn't pass up Javon. But Ethan Page is one of those guys. I don't know about you, John, but every time I see Ethan Page, it's like Bobby Roode should be on this level.
Dude, he reminds me so much. He's pretty much. He's Bobby Roode. He's evil Bobby. He's Bobby.
And they're both Canadian.
He's Bobby Roode in beer money, just with a little bit more swagger.
And pretty much, he's champagne money, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie too. He
Pretty
also
much,
has
yes.
that hit me face. That kind of just
he has that hit me face.
He's kind of slackable. He's kind of slackable.
He loves being. He's one of those guys that loves being a heel and thrives in being a heel.
That's why him and Chelsea Green dynamic worked perfect.
Oh, that was a beautiful. Them working together was amazing.
Listen, draft Chelsea Green to Monday Night Raw and put these two back together.
It's one of those. I will say that even though Chelsea Green annoys me, I like her, and that says a lot. Because once you annoy me and make my eye twitch, I'm over you. So
I don't know because there's good annoying too. Hi.
That's what I'm saying.
There's good annoying. Chelsea's that good annoying that she doesn't make your eye twitch. She's like, I like her. She knows the hell out of me, but she's funny.
Yeah. The thing is that when she and Ethan were together, I was like, oh, okay, this is entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Danhausen.
Yeah, 2 peas in a pod. Okay, well, yeah. Shout out to Danhausen. Listen,
don't curse me.
Speaking of Danhausen, quick question on that, because a lot of people, some people in IWC are saying, is Danhausen getting overexposed?
No.
I
don't give a damn.
I don't feel like he is.
I don't give a damn what day.
Because he's only showing up on one show. It's not like he's on Raw, NXT.
Has he even been on NXT?
Raw, NXT, SmackDown?
No. He's barely on Raw. He's really more on SmackDown.
He showed up the Raw. He showed the Raw maybe 2 or 3 times to curse the New Day, and that was it. And then he went to SmackDown to raise hell with Miz, and those two are comedic.
Yes. The segment of him in his house.
Yes.
He's like, get out of my pool. Technically saying, I'm not at this pool, but I'm in this pool.
It was beautiful. And again, Danhausen is like Chelsea Green to me because, pinche vampiro.
He's not a vampire.
It has more of us than ghoul. Okay.
He's a ghoul. He's not a vampire.
Even
his cape is not a vampire cape.
It has more of an oomph when they say vampiro. Okay. And with him.
He makes very good decisions. He's never going to be cursed.
Him leaving in that damn pink bike. And the Miz is like, that's my daughter's bike.
And he stole his slammy too. And then when the Miz accidentally threw, I don't know if it was dirt or chocolate on Maurice.
It was dirt.
At each other. They're like, damn.
I think this
and
is
he's like gone like
I feel like WWE needed this because we were getting it sort of from R-Truth. And they needed a comedic relief, and that's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that we got Chelsea Green and Danhausen, and which is why WWE brought in Danhausen, but there was so many people. Me and John were live at Baby Bros for this when he made his debut. So many people were trashing.
I was like, y'all just don't know.
I don't see why
who the hell is this guy?
I didn't trash him, but I did ask him.
Yes.
Here is my issue with it. I didn't like the way that they made him debut. I was like, first of all, this is Chicago. Second of all, they already heated. Don't do that here. Debut somebody big. Don't debut him here.
And it's not like Chicago. And it's not like Chicago doesn't know Dan.
Yeah, AEW did a show in that building.
But not a lot of people
know who
watch AEW. That's why, because I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't mad about it, but I had to ask John, who is he? Because I didn't know who he was.
It's hard to explain Danhausen.
Yeah, it is. But he just
explained to Danhausen, and then what did Danhausen do the next day?
I
Get
warned
on
you.
my shit list.
I warned you. I warned you.
He was on
my
your
shit
shit
list
list
for
for
like a
like
week.
probably like a week or so. Then he ran
I
into the
warned-
Bellas. He ran into
I
the
warned
Bellas.
you. I warned you what he was capable of doing.
And he
You didn't
did.
believe me. And
He really did. And
this.
then
You gotta be nice to him.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all it
You
is.
can't be an
Be nice
asshole.
to
You
him.
can't be an asshole. And Dominic Mysterio was
But-
an asshole.
Like when he was wearing Uso merch, we're all over here going, "Hey, let him buy it. Don't say anything about it. Just leave him alone, okay?" We all
What did they
already
do? They
know
took
we
him
are
to the
in
Waffle House.
shits.
he was Yeethausen. Again,
He was Yeethausen.
he's just one of those characters that is annoying, but in a good way, like how Trow put it. And he's marketable. The adults love him. The kids love him. Like,
And it's like Booker T was saying that he's glad that the fans turned around and saw what Danhausen can bring. And pairing him, The Miz is another one that's annoying. But
yes.
pairing him with a good person, with the right person, for a comic relief, is money.
Entertainment.
And seeing Miz get embarrassed and pulling out his hair, being so stressed out with somebody, it's always going to sell merch. It's always going to sell money. So those two, perfect. And then Danhausen, like, was he like 3-0 right now in the ring?
Yeah.
And let's not forget Kid Wilson, the Kid Wilson factor. Pick up Danhausen.
I love me some Kid Wilson now. I love him.
Yeah, that's why every time I see Kid Wilson, I'm like, please call over.
There's a time he was on the live and he was like, I wonder who it's gonna be, but I wonder if it's gonna be Obafemi. Obafemi's gonna come out. Obafemi came out. I was like, no.
You gotta stop predicting. You gotta stop predicting stuff, Mike, because you're getting people hurt.
It's like, not Kid Wilson. You got rid of Kid Wilson. I'm like, Kid Wilson is dead. I'm sorry, but no.
May he rest in peace.
Yep. So.
Sis.
Yep. But I got a question for everybody here. More importantly for Mani, because she represents the island, and the island has a particular set of skills on what they cover. How are we feeling about the first family?
Lord have mercy.
Like that cold open. One, I was not expecting it, but I enjoyed.
That's Samoan Death Row.
I'm gonna say it like this. I have sat on this and I have waited for a minute. And when he said we're talking about this, I was like,
you sat on what?
So she
focus, people. Focus. Focus, people. Focus.
I have been waiting for this one because it's been part of just it's what we do here on the island. We look at it, we look at the story, we look at the details, and we analyze it. And so when I first saw this, again, beautiful cold open to the show. WWE, what this is, keep doing it. I want more. Because this right here, this reminds me a little bit of Lucha Underground and what they used to do. This is a little bit different than that. I enjoyed this. I see this. This is it's cinema. It's part of what they do in this business. But having Jimmy on the left side, Jay on the right side as his conscience.
The devil on the right and the angel and the reasonable angel on the other side.
I was like, cool. This is perfect. But also, they were all sitting at the head of the table.
Not standing behind him. Not standing next to him.
Not sitting across from him. They were sitting at the head of the table with him.
He's asking both of them for advice. He didn't do that before. He
always leaned on Paul. But I do want to say, and Faith pointed it out. Faith pointed it out, and I was just like, this right here, this is not the bloodline anymore.
No.
They called them they changed the name. This is the first family.
So we liking the mafia style faction name, the first family. We loving it. All right, we cooking. Get the reels ready. We cooking. Go ahead. Go ahead, Money.
I have a few conspiracies though,
But
because I'm gonna let everybody else talk because there are other things that I see. Because when we look at it, we look at everything. But I'm gonna let everybody else have their opinions first, and then I'm gonna share it.
Vanessa, how you feeling about the first family?
Oh, I'm here for it. But we've also been ready for it, right?
Yep.
But you know, you guys are talking about the angel and the devil on the shoulder and all that stuff. Who is the real devil?
And who's the real angel?
Because what we've been told and what we've been hearing and what I've been seeing is I feel like Jimmy's gonna be the real devil in this situation. But he's the angel in disguise. You get it? You know, the devil in disguise?
Yeah. I've always
Because
said
you don't always have to be chaotic. You don't always have to be loud and out there to be the devil.
There you go.
Because I did say that, you know, he has a devil and an angel on one side, but I never said which one. So
No,
I like how,
which is what I'm saying. And I feel like
how
Jimmy's
yeah.
gonna be in his ear. They're both gonna be in his ear, right? Because he's asking for both their, you know, counsel. Which is also something new, because like Marty said earlier, it's always been Paul that he had the counsel for. But I feel like Jimmy's gonna be the one giving him like that turn, like we're gonna see the straight and narrow, and then
He's gonna
Jimmy's
lead
like,
him to the wrong direction.
how about we do this instead? But because he's so calm with it, because he's so like calculated, it's gonna seem like he's telling him keep going, and in reality he's gonna be having him do this.
I would say this though, Jimmy and Jay individually represents a version of Roman. Like, you know, smash on everybody at all costs, show compassion. When you're one of each, I don't think you can handle the burden of carrying that Ulafala and being the trapper chief, because the trapper chief is a full package. Like, you can be both. So for him, I like how everyone's like, oh, we got the bloodline back, but it's not the same bloodline because everything's different. Roman's treating the boys different. They're moving different. And I like how Jimmy was addressing the fans as these fools. So I was like, oh, they fools, huh? And I was like, all right, I like how you did that. So it's like, it's a different, when they say it's about the family, it's for sure all for family. Like, if you ain't bloodline, you just stay out the way. LA Knight needs to learn to stay out the way. He keeps trying them.
They've been telling him once that bloodline
Mind your business that pays you.
Yes. Worry about the business that benefits you. The bloodline is not going to benefit you if you're sticking your nose where it don't belong. And they warned him. Jimmy warned him the nice way. Jay has warned him the more aggressive way. It just, that Roman effect, if you can't let go of Roman, it's gonna cost you your life.
Here is something that I do want to point out, okay? All right. The left hand in Catholicism is considered the bad side. Left in Latin means sinister. Jimmy was sitting on the left-hand side. That's the devil. Jay is the angel.
And we all love Jay. He's been the angel the entire time. He's a toxic angel because he's been going through stuff a lot mentally for the past 6 years, but he's been truly the angel of it all.
But also, that is a Gemini man in the middle, and just like a Gemini man to just sit there and put two people on the side of you to be your conscience. I love it. I absolutely adore this. I want more. Give me more. I'll take double of those.
Feed me more. John, your thoughts on the first family? Which kind of sounds like a little presidential, so I'm definitely digging it.
They looked like the Samoan Death Row. That was some boss life type stuff. All three of them on the same side of the table. I loved the segment. I loved how it opened. Everything about it. It's all
Hmm.
about the family.
It's all about
In this
family.
case, the first family. In case the first family, and that first family, letting y'all know, y'all. He's basically saying we're the first family, but we'll let y'all complete the rest of the sentence.
Right. And there's another thing too. I did say earlier that Jimmy and Jay represent each side of Roman. This man completes Roman and then some.
This was insane.
Now, this
Yes.
right here, there are
Yes.
several things that I noticed right now. Okay, first of all, that's a tongue and death grip. There ain't no way he ain't gonna
Yep.
get out of that one alive.
Nope. At all.
The second thing is this: Roman can outsmart Jacob because Jacob is coming in a little too hot. He's coming in a little too fast, and there's a way that you can outmaneuver him. What Jay said to Roman was this: do the same to me, do the same to him that you did to me in order to get him to fall in line. And then he also said to Jay, get in his face and make him respect you. That tells me a story. That tells me in order to get what you want, if you want this title, go after him. If you want him to fall in line, do to him what you did to me.
And like what
Jay,
Jay told Jacob, you have to step toe to toe, eye to eye to Roman, and get prepared for war. Like, because Jay knows best about how to go toe to toe with Roman Reigns, because he did it himself. So it's like Jay's telling Roman what to do with Jacob, and Jay's telling Jacob, "This is how you want Roman to respect you. You gotta look him eye to eye and get ready for a war." And when Roman Reigns is on this level, especially when he's a champion, pack a lunch because it's a doozy, especially now that Roman's doing it by himself. That makes him more dangerous than anything. But sorry to cut you off, Monty. Go ahead.
but also, this is how you get Jacob to fall in line.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you get him to join. Once he joins, again, y'all know Solo finna get kicked out of that group. Y'all know he finna get kicked out. He gonna be
Mm-hmm.
crawling back. But this is how we begin the story. This is how we tell it. This is where it all starts.
That is.
Now, that tongue and death grip, I swear to God, that was terrifying. I was like, oh my God, he's killing him. But no,
I was here for it.
I was
I put,
not. I was not expecting to see that tongue and
mm-mm.
death grip. That caught me by surprise. I was like, "Oh snap!" Like he took the page out of the Tonga's book.
And I sat there and I asked a lot of my kid to get out of it. And then I knew the answer. The answer is no.
No,
You
Roman's
got
gonna find a way to get out of it. Don't know how, but he ain't Roman Reigns for no reason. And another reason why you can't outsmart Jacob, because Jacob may be a savage, but he's a calm one. Like he knows when to do damage. He knows when to talk diplomatic
mm-hmm.
and when to be problematic. So this is why I said like Jimmy and Jay are one each of Roman. This man can actually be a future tribal chief if he actually wanted to be tribal chief when Roman steps down. I could see Jacob being the one
Mm-hmm. To take the
to
mantle.
actually lead a whole new bloodline, a whole new different version of a bloodline. Because you still got Zilla running around in the Indies, you still got Lance running around, you still got Damu running around, you still got other ones that's running around. So when Jimmy, Jay, and Roman ride off to the sunset, that's
That's
gonna be
when
a whole
Roman
new
gets.
wave coming in. Hmm.
Yep. This is the story that never ends, everybody. I love it. But
Yeah, exactly.
as for Jacob taking him down, the fact that he's holding his neck and everything, and when he said, "If you want the match, you got it," and Jacob said, "I don't care. I'm gonna wait. I don't give a damn about this. I'm gonna go do this on Monday." And I'm over here and I'm going, hothead, coming in way too hot.
Hmm.
This ain't gonna end well for you. Yeah.
This match is gonna bang.
Mm-hmm.
E generations.
Like this is the listen. If you guys are not busy on that night, join the collab of all collabs. Sports U Wrestling the Fab and the island of the ATD. when the two factions get together, it's nothing but shenanigans and chaos. The more shenanigans and chaos.
There's gonna definitely be plenty of those next Saturday.
Oh,
And
we
it's
do. We
also
lose
gonna
Mother's Day
be
week. Got it.
yeah,
Mhm.
and this is gonna be also Faith's final run on as an on-screen character of ATD. So it's gonna be a bittersweet, but it's gonna be all funs, laughs, shits and giggles. So pull up May 9th. Um, details to be out on which channel to show up on. You can show up on both, but we're gonna work out, the schematics that you guys need to worry about because you
Yeah, because
ain't VIP like that.
after Saturday, it goes back to OG ATD.
Mhm.
Back to the OGs.
But
But also, there's something I want to point out here because we look at everything here at Acknowledged Dynasty. We look at everything. We look at everybody's socials. We look at what everybody's doing. The Rock has been posting a lot of stuff.
Oh boy.
He's been posting a lot of
Uh-oh.
workout stuff. And there's something that he said in one about being alone and about having no one.
Sounds like broken promises.
Womp, 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 womp.
All over the
Womp, 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 womp,
broken
womp.
promises.
Bien pendejo.
My-
But he's been making a lot of posts. And we're over here and we're going, what you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
What's going on over here? We're not sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, it should be interesting. Personally, I'm happy to see the family back together. I want them to stay together. I don't want any dramas anymore. I personally don't like this match happening at Backlash, but I'm here for it. But it's good storytelling. We're back. We're back outside.
Hey,
I love that too. Everyone's like, "We back outside."
we like being
It's
outside.
like Michael Cole said it. Michael Cole said it best. Like, it just feels good to see Roman Reigns with a championship. Like, everything just feels different. And now Raw is gonna be popping because we're gonna see more Roman Reigns all through summer. Every
Can we
week.
talk about that promo that he cut on Monday?
Listen, here's the thing. I love Roman Reigns, of course, but I'm gonna say this though, and I don't know how many people can relate. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can. Roman Reigns comes off as one of those uppity family members where their mom and dad moved them out the hood before they was born or when they were babies, so they didn't have to worry about going to public school, didn't get into fights and all that stuff. They went to a good prep school, went to a good college, and now driving Mercedes Benz and BMWs. And then you got the cousin who was on the other side of the tracks who was living off of food stamps his whole life. And then when he's trying to get to where he's at, he tells them, "You're not ready. You don't deserve it." So I said it on Monday. Jacob about to beat the uppity out of Roman. He's gonna lose, but he's gonna beat the uppity out of Roman.
There's one thing that he did say. He said that. So he said Solo put him on, and I'm like, Solo didn't move without Roman say so, right? Because we all know this.
They say he couldn't get coffee delivered to the arena if he wanted to. I was like, damn.
Like, damn, Solo, you gonna let Roman talk about you like that? But no.
And it's crazy that Roman signs off on all these hirings. So it's like people forget, Roman Reigns is the last one you check in with. Whether you're checking with him or not, you think Triple H is the one signing? Like, no, Roman says, okay, all right, cool.
The simple fact that they went to both him and Seth about CM Punk and they said, y'all cool with this? And they were like, yes.
Shout out to the Shield. Forever. The Shield runs WWE.
Forever.
Always run WWE.
Ever.
Although, like, The Rock doesn't have any friends, Seth apparently doesn't have any friends either.
According to Braun Breaker, he doesn't.
I'm loving this back to basics, Seth. I'm not even he needed to get back to basics and away from all that, whatever the hell he was doing.
I'm just so happy that he actually took my advice and stopped dressing like a club kid.
That's what I'm saying. And yeah.
Now he dressed like Neo, which I'm not mad at. 'Cause he's rocking that the all black with the black tie. I'm like, all right, you just need the
He
Neo
cut
glasses.
that blonde out of his hair. Stop wearing Becky's clothes. Come on now.
Please. I need Becky to get a whole new wardrobe though. But please and thank you.
We appreciate
Not
it.
happening.
Becky dresses like she's in the 80s. We're not in the 80s no more.
She gives me really Richter vibes.
I think what she's going for. When she was in the big time, it was like
It was
okay,
dope.
this was Wendy Richter meets Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it's like she wears like those sweatpants, and I'm like, okay, you borrowed your husband's pants when you came out here, didn't you?
It's like
You're going to take out somebody. You look like you're going to take out the garbage and pants.
As a wrestler, she's evolved, but as for wardrobe, is like I don't think she found her niche. I don't think she found her niche.
No, and I need her to take not look, but I need her to do whatever Charlotte Flair is doing, because Charlotte Flair was the exact same way. She was not. I was like, "What are you dressing?" And now everything that she's wearing now, it's perfect, fits perfectly.
Yeah, I'm loving her 95.
Nothing's hanging and sagging at the back.
No more front butt being shown. No more boobies popping out. Like
it's perfect. They don't look like chicken cutlets in the back.
No, nobody nobody wants to see that when you're having a match. Pasties, double stick tape, cover it up.
JC Jane didn't get that message heard at Santa deliver.
She sure did not.
I'm glad she didn't. But anyway, listen. I'm like, okay, I know a few people that owes JC Jane an apology. Anyway, but yeah, that Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, Backlash.
We in here.
Big collab, May 9th. We're gonna be outside, but we're still gonna be inside here, but we're gonna be outside at the same time. So this is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to this match. I can't wait to see how this is gonna be well produced. Because how is Roman gonna survive Jacob Fatu?
I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
How many spears do y'all think it's gonna take?
5.
At least 3.
I say 5.
At least 3.
6.
I think the fact that it's Jacob, I'm gonna say 5. Nelson got 6. She's trying to price this right me. I see what you're doing.
That man got hit in the head with the goddamn toolbox and popped up like he was on crack. Okay, so a spear ain't gonna do shit to him.
He cannot go down with three spears. There has to be at least 5 or 6.
A spear is not gonna be shit to that man. That man
run the ropes and wear him down in order to do it.
Yeah, come on. He's not a werewolf. He's a dire wolf. He's a dire wolf, not a werewolf. A dire wolf.
Roman's gonna have to use every bit of resources in that brain of his and figure. He needs to channel his inner Bruce Wayne and figure this shit out.
He's really gonna have to channel the ancestors.
Seriously, because Jay said this 2 years ago. There's a reason why we don't call these people.
Reason why we keep them
cousin you don't look for at the family reunion.
Yeah, these are the reason why those cousins stay on the other side of the tracks. Okay.
That's why they don't get invited to the family cookouts, because it usually don't end in a cookout.
It ends in a gunfight, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
This is one of those times. Yeah, I have cousins like that, but I'm like, who all gonna be there? Oh, so and so. Well, yeah, I'm not going.
So this is why I agree with Trail when he said that Jacob's gonna beat the uppity out of Roman. It was just the way he said it was hilarious. Yeah, he gonna beat the bougie out of that man, okay?
The thing is, it's not so much that, it's just you've heard stories about this cousin, like, yo, they did time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm scared. It's that kind of cousin.
I'm telling you.
All I'm gonna say is I hope and pray that we see Silva too in the stands. I don't even care if he's involved or any. I want to see him in the stands.
My question.
That's his boy. That's his Jacob. That's his cousin.
This little cousin right there. That's his face.
That's his cousin right there.
They keep teasing it, and I'm just like, y'all gonna bring him up or no? Y'all gonna bring him in?
So I got a little insider information earlier.
Uh-oh.
From one Mark Henry.
Mm.
While we were doing our interview, and he said that it's not going to be anytime soon, but it is definitely coming. But he's not ready yet. He's not up to standard yet.
Okay.
And I can see why he's not ready, and that's why I haven't really been too vocal about hurry up, bring him in. He's still got work to do. He's still got
It's just one of those things. He's so hot on the indies right now. You want to see him on that main roster, right? But we don't see what they see behind the scenes. So
and I can see it, and I can see it from here. Is like I know he's not
so
there
pretty
yet.
much,
but me and John, we're gonna have a good time. Go ahead.
He's coming. He said he's coming.
Yeah,
it's just not.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he's on his way.
And me and John gonna find out firsthand this Friday at the Globe in downtown Los Angeles for House of Glory when then Zilla Fatu go along with another family member in Lance, Hawaii for the HOG Crown Jewel Championship.
Can you do me a favor? Can you bring this?
How much me and is that a chancla?
It's a chancla. Because they both need a spanking. I'm sick and tired of this family and this bullshit and all of this fighting and stuff. Can you please bring a flip flop?
I was just about to ask, are y'all?
Yeah. You really want us to just get kicked out of the building, huh?
No, they don't. They want us to get put in the. They want us to get put in the hospital. That's what they try.
Pretty much. Like they want
I'm
us to go straight
tired
down
of
the
this family fighting. Like I'm over here and I'm like, I'm about to get my belt. Like I need y'all to stop doing this.
We get 2 weeks of bloodline feud from 2 different companies, and I love it.
You didn't answer me. I said, are y'all in the splash zone?
Yes.
Y'all are in the splash zone again?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Bet.
Yep. We same spot too. I think this time we're in the front row.
These videos are hilarious.
And there have been a lot of videos from the last HOG show that in LA that's been circulating.
And we come out
truly have been front center. We've been front and center
in all the clips. So we're gonna be front and center in more clips, along with Javon, along with Justin, along with Solo, and Jen, and hopefully we get that one guy that comes back, the one that was dressed up at Al Snow.
We want Ed.
Shout out to Charles. Shout out to man Charles. Man.
Yeah, man. He's a great musician.
He is.
Hope he brings head with him.
He did a great Al Snow. What do we want?
Hey, everyone was loving it. We
want head.
It was dope, but we are excited. House of Glory this week, this Friday.
Thunder Rosa.
I'm excited because I get to see Thunder Rosa for the first time. She's gonna be there live in combat, so I'm so happy.
Yes. Mike Bailey takes on Amazing Red. Just saw that Jonathan Gresham's going to take on Charles Mason for the HOG World Championship. That's been added.
And I wonder what idea Charles Mason's going to have to keep that title this time.
Yeah.
I mean, that man faked a full-on ankle injury a few House of Glory shows back, and I'm like, wow, he had me going. I'm like, oh, this mother. I'm loving these swerves. So
are y'all gonna see our favorite main eventers?
Definitely. I haven't seen that they were advertised, but I wouldn't be shocked they're on the card. That was the.
I mean, he did. I mean, from the interview we did with Midas, he said when he shows up again, he's gonna look for us. So I'm pretty sure he's probably still gonna be there.
Obviously, that was
I
where
think the main event. The main event is in action. I don't remember.
that was where the controversy started. It was here.
There's a lot of things that got started here. We get to see the finishing product of it. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a good show.
5150 will be there. AK the Diddy party will be there.
That means more Diddy old jokes.
Oh my god, dude!
Fly. Yeah.
Shout out to the Boricuas, but that was the Diddy joke. The Diddy party jokes are gonna be times 10.
I gotta clear out my storage because the content that we put out the last time and the likes and views we got, I'm expecting to have the same result because that was awesome. And hopefully they get the Wi-Fi correct this time so the people who are watching from home can actually watch it live because the last time we was there, they're having Wi-Fi issues, so the show winded up starting like an hour late. And the people at home couldn't watch it because the Wi-Fi was down. So they went on, recorded it anyway, but they showed it like a week later or something on whatever they was showing it from. So hopefully everything is straight this time because listen, we for sure we're probably gonna come out on TV because they love to go to that side of the ring and clear out all the chairs where we be sitting. Listen. It was fun.
Out the Shotzi was there.
It was definitely fun.
Hope to see Vipers again.
Our favorite.
No, she's not scheduled this time.
Darn.
She's not scheduled this time.
Darn. That was the most beautiful trolling I've ever seen in my life.
Our favorite.
And she does.
This man almost like literally passed out. He thought he was a Muslim that died and saw his 60.
Look, man, I ain't never seen. Look, I'm from the east side. I done ran into my side. I done seen cholos throughout the east side in LA many days. I ain't never seen one that looked like her. And
I have
and can kick ass. The way she did. Although Shotzi got the W though. Shout out to Shotzi.
She ain't Shotzi. But anyway,
shout out to Shotzi though. She was on.
Listen. Those
I saw that video.
Oh, right? I'm like, people can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, dude. I'm jealous.
It should have been made. But anyway, so that's pretty much our show's coverage. So I came across, usually we have a new edition of the meme of the week. So I came across this one. We all got Jimmy Uso and Montez Ford on our little minor, shitness ish. But they're not. What is the common denominator besides those two?
Rhea Ripley
and who else?
Io and Rhea.
Rhea.
So triple threat magic is Rio brings good news into the future. So pretty much, if you're planning on having kids and you're a WWE superstar, book yourself a match with Rhea and Io at the same time, and in 9 months, check back with them later.
Look,
they took our two prominent women
in this picture. The next one I see, because I heard she was trying, is Rhea Ripley.
Again, I'll demand a DNA test. I need Maury, because Rhea pins people and is very suspicious.
And then they get pregnant.
Listen.
And then they get pregnant.
And then they get pregnant.
But Jade pinned Rhea at Mania and gave it the long stroke. So Rhea's gonna
give her the what?
That pin was very suspicious.
So Rhea gets pregnant, we know who's the baby daddy. It ain't. We know who the daddy is.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm
saying Jade gave another woman the long stroke.
That pin was highly suspicious, John.
She did though.
Listen, when you see the ripple listen, the woman, she was guarding the tools. Okay, she was using guarding tools. And she was, she was building. She was planting. As I just say that she was planting.
Let's just say, if any of y'all make a fan fiction about that, I'm putting charges on every single one of y'all. That was inappropriate and it was rude, and there were children in front of the room.
As an adult, I was here for it.
If I go on fanfiction.net and I see anything, I'm putting charges on every single one of y'all.
And that's nothing. That's nothing than what we used to watch as kids.
Money, you can't take me to court because
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
I was like, this is like, I was like, what in the Cinemax? There are children. They don't need to see this. What are you doing?
Listen. As a child, I grew up on Cinemax, so
Cinemax.
Red Shoe Diary.
Exactly.
9:00 is the time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
as a child, I grew up with Edge and Lita and Triple H asking. I remember all that. I remember.
You talking about Katie Vick? That is a memory.
Yeah.
No, that is a memory I don't want to remember.
And bras and panty matches and putty matches and mud matches and the puppies.
Man.
But I've never seen that on WWE television in that manner. Although I did see Mickie James do that. I'm not going to do that. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
And she almost got fired for that too.
She did?
No, not fired, but Vince was like talking a hell lot of shit, but he let it slide though because it's like
she rubbed that in there.
And she went,
all up in it.
Premium
Canadian. She had that.
Canadian.
Mickie James can do no wrong in my eyes.
That girl is a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, a freak every night.
She can do no wrong in my eyes. Mickie James can do no wrong. Mickie James can do no wrong in my eyes. Thank you, Mickie and Trish. Thank you, Mickie and Trish. I ain't playing.
Oh, them cheekbones ain't going nowhere.
All right, but that is the end. But now we actually brought back something that we haven't done in a while, and that's a game. So this time, me and Nessa pretty much came up with the same game at once, but hers has a twist. So we're gonna call it a two-parter. So part one is gonna be me, just a normal generic questionnaire. So I'm excited to see what Nessa has for part two of this. So I'm not gonna have anyone explain their age, but I can comfortably say me, John, Monty, we grew up watching wrestling for let's just say a while, right? And we've seen different eras come and go. So which era?
Jonathan.
My bad.
Hey man, you cool? Oh, wait a minute. I just realized he changed the picture. Wait a minute. I just realized. Hey, you know what? Hey, John, do me a favor. To make this more funny. Yeah, you know what I'm going. Scoot a little bit more. No, the other way.
No, he went to cover
all
me.
the way. Oh, there you go.
Right there. Sit like that. Sit like that.
Yeah, that guy was living the life that day. That guy was living the life that day.
You see them cheekbones, Monty? Do you see them cheekbones?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, Monty. I've been to this man's home and I've seen family photos with his mom and baby girl. He can smile that hard like he is, and he loves his baby girl.
You ain't right.
I mean,
I was living the life that day.
Good question. Because Trish Stratus is mother. How does she has an age day? Has she?
No. That is natural. That is all natural.
Beautiful.
I don't know how she does it.
She does that fitness training stuff.
Mickie James
And they have kids, and I applaud them.
All right, Mickey James, my
Mhm.
lord, my lord, my lord. What a
You
night.
can
What a day
continue.
that was.
But back to the game. I'm gonna exclude Nesta out of this because she's only been alive for, I would say, the end of one era, but Ruthless Aggression was basically her growing up party right there. So, Monty, which era in your mind? There's no wrong answer, but which era was your favorite that you had the most fondest memories
I have to say the Attitude Era.
of? Mm,
Honestly, first of all, let me just say this right now. Brian Pillman with a 9 millimeter and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
mm.
It stands in my mind. It's forever in my mind because when it happened, I started singing Janie's Got a Gun, but changed the lyrics to Brian's Got a Gun,
I can
Attitude
see little
Era.
Monty.
It
I can see little Monty
stays
singing
with
that
me.
song.
It stays with me, like it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was The Rockin' Austin, it was Kane's alive, he's alive. It was just that
It's
era
gonna
to
be
me just
King.
It's gotta be Kane.
that era to me is just it was fun times. You had to tune in to see what the hell was gonna go on. You had to watch it. So I would say Attitude Era.
Yeah, everybody in the chat also let us know which era, depending on how old you are, which era. Actually, it doesn't really matter how old you are because if anything, the last three, everybody can answer that one. So I'm gonna ask nothing anyway because you got the modern era with the Tribal Chief and Dominic Mysterio, you got the PG era
Okay,
with John Cena and the Shield,
so
and you got the Ruthless Aggression with Too Cool and the Hardy Boys.
I grew up in the Ruthless Aggression. Okay. But I started watching in the Attitude Era when I was itty bitty. So the Attitude Era pretty much what's got me started, but also traumatized my ass because of homie right here, fourth one, yeah, traumatized me. But my favorite would definitely have to be Ruthless Aggression.
One of the greatest. I think that's probably
Because
the
PG
only
era, I
era.
kind of stopped watching as like a
Mhm.
teenager, and then I
Mhm.
obviously started watching again in the modern era. So Ruthless Aggression was like that was me.
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression was the only era that could
Sorry,
like rival the Attitude Era because it still kind of has that. They were still
well,
kind of
they
pushing
were
the envelope in the
still
Ruthless Aggression era.
they were pretty much kind of blended at the end of the Attitude Era, which is where that's where I started at the end of it, and then they started coming in to Ruthless Aggression.
Because the run Kurt Angle was on during that Ruthless Aggression era, the Chris Benoit, the run he was on in the Ruthless Aggression, uh,
Eddie Guerrero, Chris
John
Benoit,
Cena, Brock Lesnar,
Randy
Eddie.
Orton,
So they had
Stone Cold,
they had a
but we
deep.
still got Stone Cold, we still got The Rock, we still had all the Attitude Era men that are shown were still there in the Ruthless Aggression.
More towards the twilight of
Yeah.
the end of their careers, basically, because Stone Cold was already retired. He was just doing, GM. He was a GM for a while and stuff like. Oh, Sheriff Austin, excuse me.
But we still
Um,
saw them, is my thing. Like they were still there.
yeah, I never had the chance to see him. I'm still mad about that. He's the only guy I haven't seen yet, Stone Cold. So every time I go to the event, I'm hoping one day, for no apparent reason, I just hear glass break. I need that. He's the only one left. Everybody from the Attitude Era at one point I've seen during the Ruthless Aggression era. Obviously, I was young enough to go to the Golden Eras, PLEs, and stuff like that because I was watching, but we didn't have the kind of money to do that. I started going to shows during the Ruthless Aggression era with the anti-Americans, Christian Edge when they was feuding Test, La Resistance. They had a deep tag team roster back then.
Billy and
But for
Chuck.
me,
So are you ruthless aggression era too?
before before there was Pretty Deadly, there was Billy and Chuck.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And
What? There was another team before them though. Y'all remember?
Before who?
the Headbangers?
No, before Billy and Chuck, there was another team, and they got like Glad got really upset with them too. I think it was WCW who did it, but there was another team, another tag team that they were upset about because they were just can't remember who it was. There was another team.
I can't remember.
I can't either.
No, I would say I would still say the Attitude Era. My high school years was definitely Ruthless Aggression, but I would say Attitude Era because of the simple fact of like Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and then Undertaker gave Nessa the heebie-jeebies. Listen, ironically, and I kid you not, when King debuted, it was the same time my mom decided to buy a red light bulb. Why she bought a red light bulb, I don't know. So I'm watching Raw in the living room, and when Kane comes out, it's already dark with that light bulb on. So when the TV goes off, I run to my room, turn that lamp off, and I go to sleep.
Wow.
You know what, Nessa, to give you something, when Undertaker debuted in that debut with that whole egg situation and everything, when he came out officially, came out, because the egg wasn't him, it was the gobbledygooker. Yeah, I was terrified too.
And it wasn't even that. Like I knew of the character, right? It wasn't until he kidnapped Stephanie that I was completely and utterly traumatized.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly traumatized.
It was
But
just the way he
before John
So
answers,
the first time you noticed Undertaker, he was a heel. Okay. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Boy.
before John answers, my mother, and this is me as a teenager, ruined Kane for me because she took me, and this is just me and my mom, took me to go See No Evil. And this is when Kane had no mask. And it was the day that it premiered, and for some reason it was the scariest day of my life. But to see that man with no mask on, killing people, just completely and utterly, like, terrified me. And me and Kane were no longer friends.
Listen, that Kane was like.
And my mom took me. My mother.
Hey,
not my dad.
shout to
My
Kane,
mother.
Kane was diabolical.
That was our mother.
The no mask Kane was a menace.
That's Shane McMahon.
You know
He
what
was
I
a-
love?
Ask
Go ahead.
Linda.
You
Ask
know what I
Linda.
loved? I loved his theme song when he had no mask.
No,
That theme
Yes.
song.
The theme song, but just
Low
looking at
chemical. Yeah, low chemical. That
Sorry,
my
go
fire
ahead.
burn. That it's just seeing him come out with the shackles and the towel over his head, and it's like that dude was a menace. That dude was a menace. I mean, him and Prime Kane. Listen, those two would destroy everybody. John, your favorite era?
Oh, it's definitely Attitude Era. I'm shocked they didn't have the era between Golden Era and Attitude with Brett and Sean and the
New Generation.
Well, Sean wasn't in it though.
Brett. Like, I got the shirt with Brett, Taker, Diesel, Razor,
New
Yoko.
Generation.
That era,
Oh, the New Generation era.
New
Yeah.
Generation
New
era.
Generation.
I'm shocked they didn't have that on here, but going based off this is easily Attitude Era because that was just a moment in time we'll never get back.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to replicate it so bad.
They can't.
I mean, like I said before, Ruthless Aggression came close.
So they came close. And the talent and the Ruthless Aggression era from that you see right here, and let's not forget a certain beast,
Mhm.
was whew,
Was
Man,
part of
I
that.
mean, And then you also add like the unsung heroes like Rhino.
Right.
You know that guy was like a
Team Angle.
beast. You know Benjamin and Hans.
Benjamin.
Obviously,
Yeah,
Christian,
they were roster.
Christian went solo during that time. Christian went solo during that time.
Chavo,
They're
Chavo.
Super crazy.
Their
You
roster-
had the Mexicools. Come on now.
Oh man, they misused them so bad.
Mexico is crazy. I love
If
them.
Juventud had his stuff together, man, ain't no telling how far he would have went in WWE.
Did we get prime time during Ruthless Aggression? Or was that PG era?
Yes.
Prime time?
Prime time players? That's PG era.
Prime time players is definitely PG era.
Prime time. Sorry, crime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
They was
ruthless.
Yeah. I love prime
RP
time.
I guess for.
It was the moment it turned the PG era when they really pushed John Cena as the guy.
Yeah.
When he became WWE champ, it was still the Ruthless Aggression era.
John Cena was like the face.
Once they really
teenager.
Yeah, when he became the face, that's the PG era. But that Ruthless Aggression roster can actually rival the Attitude Era's roster.
True.
So those two are ever going to be my favorites, but Attitude Era, that's where the heart is.
Yes.
All right, La Madrina.
Okay, so here's mine. It's kind of same, but I have male and female. But the game is fuck, marry, kill.
Oh Lord.
So there's 4 of us. So we'll pair. I want to pair us up. So it'll be me and Monty, and of course John and Trell.
Mm-hmm.
We get to choose each other's era, and then you have to. Then we'll pick 3 people out of that era, and then you tell me, will you marry or kill?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Listening.
Okay. Ladies first.
Ladies
Let's
first.
see how this game goes.
Ladies first.
Okay. Monty.
All right.
The era I'm gonna choose for you, and it's easier for us. Would you like me to choose male or female? Obviously,
Male.
male. So I'm gonna do modern era for you.
Okay.
And the 3 guys I'm choosing for you is Roman, Seth, Cody.
Oh boy.
All right. I'm killing
That's
Cody.
too easy. That's too easy.
That's too easy. I'm killing Cody.
That's too easy.
Man, what was even?
Hey,
Come on now.
you
That was a layup.
You should have let Monty pick. You should have let Monty pick her own era.
Hold up. She's killing Cody, but I want to know who she's marrying and who she's fucking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. I'm going to hate fuck Seth Rollins, and I'm marrying Roman.
Man, how do you hate that? How do you hate?
She said, if I take one more drink,
Easy. Talk to people.
I'm going to end up.
Talk to people. Do it all the time.
Man.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Monty. What you got for Nessa?
Okay. Attitude Era, Triple H, Kane, or The Rock.
Oh.
She gonna be a freak with a mask on.
Well, let me put it to you like this. I'm killing Kane. Oh, shit. I'm gonna kill Kane. Damn, if you would have told me Stone Cold, I would have automatically married that man. Anyway. You know what? Damn, they're both successful. How do I do this? You know what? I'm gonna fuck Triple H and marry The Rock.
There you go.
I'm gonna marry The Rock.
She's taking the
We'll marry to a
in
dynasty.
the final boss. All right.
We will marry the dynasty here.
All right.
Now do you I get 2 sides? There you go.
Now,
Men.
I'm gonna need this. Okay. All right, John. Each one I can kind of figure where he's going from each era, so it's not an easy one. Let's see.
But it depends on who you choose. Question.
That is true. You know what? Okay, John. I'm gonna give you the PG era.
Right.
Natalia, Paige, Nikki Bella.
R.I.P. Nikki Bella.
Oh, you a smart man.
Good choice.
Paige, me and you gonna me and Paige gonna. She gonna know. I'm gonna have Paige telling her that it's my house.
Oh, so you gonna make a video with Paige?
Oh.
Got it.
No, I ain't gonna try. I ain't gonna torment her like that. Although her parents said she could. Although her dad said she would be the next Kim Kardashian. She could have been. She could have been the next Kim Kardashian after that tape came out. And
Listen, I'm gonna sidetrack real quick. If he didn't say that, she would have committed suicide. So the fact that he made that statement literally saved her life.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm marrying Natty. Come on, now.
You married the dynasty. You see?
It ain't right.
Look at that.
All right, Terrell. Boy. I'm looking at that. That ain't Jazz, is it? At the top.
That's Jacqueline.
That's Jacqueline.
It is. Dang. Why should it so?
It's a weird photo of her, but
I've never seen her hair like that. I've never seen her hair like that. All right. Okay. So we're going to go with modern era.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm giving you the 3 horsewomen not named Bailey.
Oh, so the first 3. You're doing Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
I know what John doing purposely leaving out Bailey. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm definitely, putting Becky 6 feet under. She can get up out of here. I'm definitely putting my blueprint in the boss. And I'm also gonna marry the dynasty.
Woo!
That's y'all just married rich. We all just figured.
I mean, hey.
If Monty would have chose Stone Cold, I would have married Stone Cold.
Yeah.
So yeah. Shout out, Nessa. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. That was.
I told you.
Listen, even if you told me, I still would have kept a straight face. So I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
I told you.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. Thank y'all very much.
That was good. I like how we got to pick our favorite era and then turn around and say, now out of those eras that we didn't pick, who is getting the goods, who's getting the shovel, and who and the alimony at the end of it all. But with that being said,
This is what we doing. We doing this. What we doing? I made this song. You like it or what? How about no?
All right.
It is time for the favorite part of the show, and it is, this is what we're doing, where we see something out there in the wrestling world, whether it's IWC or on our TV screen, and they relate, is this what the hell we really doing? So I know for certain reason John is itching to get started. So go ahead, sir. Who do you call?
I need let the ladies go first. I gotta find it again, but I know who I'm calling out. I know who I'm saying this is what we doing to, but I want to let the ladies go first.
I honestly don't got nobody this year. I mean, this
to all the people in the IWC who keep going after wrestlers' kids, because lately somebody went after Rue. I'm gonna need y'all to stop immediately. What? Yep.
She's 3.
Exactly. To the people in the IWC going after these wrestlers' kids. Leave them out of this. This is what we're doing. You may
She's
not like somebody, but you're
People,
gonna go after somebody's baby.
people ain't satisfied. People ain't satisfied until something happens to them
Mhm.
because that's one thing people ain't gonna do is they gonna play. They don't play about their kids.
Nope.
We give jokes about Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins all the time, but
and
their kids,
we
it's like, come
never
on now.
in life.
As many times as I drag Cody Rhodes to hell and back, I do not bring up his children.
Never.
No, because they ain't got nothing to do with this.
As a mother, I wouldn't want somebody to bring up my child. The second her name comes out of somebody's mouth, I'm fighting.
Amen. All right, I'm ready.
I ain't got
All
no
right, John.
money.
Okay, so we were in Vegas. I
No,
don't know if you guys talked since I wasn't on the show last week. I know that y'all talked about the story that broke that while we was in Vegas. So Mania Saturday, we
Which one?
attended. News broke out over social media that a certain reporter was blocked access to WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We
We
did
did.
not
We did
talk
talk
about
about that last week. But
Did
go ahead.
So I didn't get.
Yeah, we did because remember when Archie was like, because you're a punk, you're a bitch ass.
So that's this is what we're doing because I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. For those who don't know who Andres Hell is, he's a writer for ESPN. And he basically tweeted out that he was denied access to credentials, that WWE denied his credentials and blocked his assets for WrestleMania. And neither him or ESPN was told why. But follow up a day later, R-Truth tweets out because you a banned, and I said what I said. Now, for those who don't know why will R-Truth be mad? Why will R-Truth out of all people be mad? Well, back in 2015, this dude called R-Truth a coon. He was like, basically, he's wanting R-Truth.
And in the black culture, that's the most disrespectful name.
And he basically wanted R-Truth to get squashed by Brock Lesnar. So the quote was simple. The quote was basically, get R-Truth out of here. Lesnar should kill him for cooning. But this dude was mad because he didn't get. But this is the same guy who bashed WrestlePalooza, who's had graded some of the WPLE since they've been at ESPN, and I saw a lot of people defending him. This is what we're doing is to everyone in IWC who was defending Andres Hale. Did you go at him for calling R-Truth a coon 10 years ago?
Did you even do your research?
Because like our boy Eshawn said, you really gotta be a real disgusting individual if R-Truth doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we doing. My
If
other one was
you have to bring out Ron killings in real life.
Oh,
if you have to bring out the Ron killings of real life into this, that means you really foul. And it's like when something like this happens, I always implore people to do their research because WWE just don't just do something or not do something for no reason. There's always going to be something behind it. So when someone gets banned, there's a reason why you got banned.
Now, I didn't know he called him a coon. And if so, yeah, you deserve to lose all your access. Period. End of sentence.
Mm-hmm. They don't. That's one thing WWE don't play about. Despite what IWC may think, they don't play the racism. They don't. They're anything that pops up with racism, domestic violence, you're gone automatically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you get. Because I was like, wait, why they're not letting them in? I'm like, he had to do something. And then that's where it came out when he said what he said. It's like, that's why. How you gonna talk about the product and still expect to think you don't get credentials to go to the same product that you be giving bad grades to? So you already dig yourself a hole in the wall, a grave.
That sounds like a little problem.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him at all. So with that being said, said, we're gonna highlight the good, as what we like to call, that we acknowledge who people that we give our ooh follows to, where they're doing something good in the world in the world of wrestling or whatever it is. So I'm going to highlight a fellow Texan, um, and that is one Roxanne Perez for receiving a plaque as Little Thick Roxy, as I like to call her, receiving a plaque from her hometown of Laredo on Monday. Because not a lot of people get to perform in their hometown, so seeing her get to perform in front of her people, getting a crowd behind her and stuff like that. So I can only imagine the high honor of her feeling of getting a plaque, or probably the key to the city as well. So for me, it's just shout out to um, Roxanne, and an honorable shout out to Killer Cali, because that woman is officially on the NXT roster. We met her in Vegas. Cool girl. Met her in Vegas. She pretty much made her final declaration at Evolve. She's officially NXT, and her and Jada Parker. Lord have mercy, I'm gonna need a couple of minutes or two with a box of Kleenex because they gonna tear the house down next week. So, oh no, I'm good. But yeah, shout out.
Inglewood's finest right there. That was my call. That was my we acknowledge was Callie Armstrong because we when we got into WWE World Sunday, obviously we was getting ready because we were all ready to go meet Natty, and we was waiting around, and then we was by the ring. Jacob just did Daniel Cormier's podcast, and I looked and I was like, dude, I know that's not Callie Armstrong, just out here, just like it's chilling, like just wandering around, and like. So you talk to some people, and I tell Trey, I was like, "Oh, that's Kelly Armstrong over here. Dog, let's go." Went over there, we gave her flowers. It was honored her picture. Her mom took the picture for us, and it was just dope, man. And she's been interacting with our posts, that Trail's post on social media. And like Trail said, she had her last match tonight. Ironically, it was against Tyra May Steele. Go figure. But on Evolve tonight because it was taped weeks ago, and now she's on NXT and she's calling out Jada Parker. She's making noise on LFG, so they believe in her. So yeah, I want to shout out Callie Armstrong again. West Coast stand up.
Yes, and also once again, we want Kari.
Please.
Exactly.
But that's it for the show. Be on the lookout for us on Friday, House of Glory. Me and John, we'll be doing our content, and along with the PT jobbers, and we're gonna try to get there early for Zilla's meet and greet. So he's actually gonna have it there at the event. So we're gonna do our best to get some type of interaction with the main.
FaceTime is a thing. Just saying.
We're gonna try to. And the last time we ran to Lance Anawai, he was just standing there willy nilly at the exit. So hopefully we can get that.
Will be holding gold is the question. Will he be holding some gold is the question.
FaceTime is a thing. I'm just saying.
At the time, yeah, but when the match is over, probably not. But yeah, and also again, Face final acknowledgement, Backlash Tampa, Super Collab watch along, Fast Forward, the ladies of ATD. It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna see if Jacob Fatu is ready.
Oh, we are, JT.
We're gonna see for sure if Jacob Fatu is ready for that main event spot, because this is gonna be all hell is gonna break loose in Tampa. So with that being said, Monty, thank you for showing up. And listen, I didn't mean to leave. I would never leave you out. So I know you're a busy author. So anytime you want to procrastinate, just
yeah, I know what to do.
We are happy to be your distributor.
Yeah, we're happy to heal you of your writer's block.
I know. It's not writer's block. It's just I don't want to do this.
or writers not or no writers or just
fatigue.
Yeah, that's a good word. Writers fatigue.
I don't want to do this. That's what it is. I don't want to do this. Let me come over here and let me see what they're doing. So yes, I appreciate y'all very, very much, and thank you for having me.
Yeah.
No problem, neighbor. So that is the one and only Money Housing. That is the non-housing La Madrina. I am the OTC housing. That is John Housing, and we will see y'all Monday. Truck War Zone. Look for us on Friday. House of Glory Sports to You. No Sports to You because we will be downtown live on the sign.
Yes, sir.
So we will see y'all Monday. Deuces.
It's the legend.